Anyway, we haven't started yet. Because I haven't said...
Welcome to the bone
It's the 100th episode, woo.
Oh, fun!
Oh, yeah, it is.
Very exciting.
So happy to be here.
Welcome to the Bone Era.
Yeehaw! Let's go.
Last time on Welcome to the Bone Era, y'all were in the Divination Stone, having successfully extracted the amount of Salvador Destori's soul that was inside of it, seen a glimpse of Campaign 2 for funsies and fans, and yeah, it's just not really fan service if there are no fans except us. But still,
What am I, Chop Liver? You're one.
you're part of the game.
I'm a castle, but thank you. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, and the couple people I know who do listen to the show. But, yes. And then you went to the second part of the Morloss section of the Divination Stone video game level, and you all stepped in to this place that was showing a bunch of different planes with Morloss's eyes in the sky, a la the painting on the wall of the Werewolf King's friggin' lair in episode 3, or whatever it was.
Crazy.
All of you had an adventure in one of the planes. Weirdly, I kept rolling all the elemental planes, even though it was supposed to be random, but that was fun.
God, yeah.
But you had various interesting adventures. Having to convince the people inside that this was false, or to declare that it was, in fact, not what was going to happen. And you managed to reverse the magic of Morloss, or whatever the hell, or his look forward on his idea of what the future was going to be in the Divination Stone, and it sort of extracted his influence from the stone. Congratulations, you done it. And you exited the stone. And you arrived, time having passed in the perfect amount so that you arrived outside of Camp Benvenuto.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
Yes, because I was originally going to have it because it only lasts a day and you'd still be on the road. And then you were all like, well, we could go to another stone. I was like, nope, you arrive outside
I knew
Camp
it. As soon as you said that, I knew it's like, no more shenanigans. No more stones.
You only get one.
As your battalion arrives, you've got about 1,500 people. Pretty large group. You meet up with and you see that there is already a camp there of the rest of the Challenge's forces who were from Camp Assemblage. The two battalions sort of combine into one large force here outside of Camp Benvenuto. This is, as you look around and you sort of appear and look around and the general, whose name is something I always forget. No, I have it. Hold on. Davil. General Danzin Davil. He notices you up here outside of the thing and says, "Ah, good. I guess that all went well then."
I think we were successful.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed... I think we got him disconnected also. I don't think they can, like, spy on us anymore, so...
Mm-hmm.
Woo! I mean, they probably can in other ways, just not through the divination stone.
Well, good. We're all combining up with the rest of the battalion, and I think we'll be taking Benvenuto today, so...
Oh!
Let's go.
Oh! Let's go.
By all accounts, based on what scouts say and all that, there's basically nothing guarding this place anymore.
Where did
which
they
is,
go?
Abandoned?
Based on scouting, those more powerful undead ran east and joined back up with the necromancer themselves to bolster the defenses of Cambiamento, but they are apparently abandoning Benvenuto. So we're just going to walk in, basically. So follow along. And he, gets on a horse and rides to the front and shouts to everybody some tactics about how they're all going to sort of flank in just in case there's some defenses. Mm-hmm. And the Battle of Camp Benvenuto lasts like an hour. It is, you all sort of march up. There's no siege firing at you or anything.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Any of the undead that are sort of stragglers and around are just like zombies and skeletons, and they're easily cut down by everybody or blasted apart by various magics. There are a ton of sort of newly intaken people, to be slaves, right? But these are relatively fresh people because they've just arrived.
Fresh people. Babies. Sorry.
Yep, they're all babies. It's really weird.
Freshest of people. Freshest of people.
But there are many people in this camp, but actually maybe less than you probably might have thought, given how many people generally have been brought to these camps. What you assume is that, or what you can infer, is that the actual production from these camps was nearly finished anyway. So they didn't have any reason to keep bringing in more and more slaves. So Camp Benvenuto has some, but not that many. As the challenge marches through the sort of makeshift streets of Benvenuto, which it's a bunch of tents here. This is just a camp that was created in the center of a field south of Arcala, right? This is just they just built it really fast just to sort through people and get them going. There's a bunch of carriages, all of them like these armored carriages, like the one that Shar once ran through the streets of Arcala with using a cube of force and all that nonsense. And so there's a ton of those, a bunch of horses. Many of them were like raised undead horses, so now they're just dead horses, which is a little weird to look at because they're still attached to the carts, as they were completely abandoned by whoever was running this camp before. But there's a ton of tents, basically. Any slaves or potential slaves that were here to be brought in for the camps would sometimes stay like a day or two here, but then be shipped off and sorted and shipped off to whichever camp is more appropriate for their skill set, according to the horrible people running the place. But you all walk in, you manage to take it over, and the soldiers are talking amongst themselves like, well, that was easy. I hope everything's this easy.
Easy.
And other people, of course, respond, it will not be. Even just given how assemblage and Mithralore went, I doubt Cambiamento will be a cakewalk. But we've got all our forces together now. I appreciate your optimism, man, but... And you sort of hear these various... conversations between soldiers. Some of them are optimistic because of how well, like you lost some people in Mithralore and assemblage, but you have a quite substantial force here, and they're going to be using Benvenuto as sort of a mustering ground before moving east, and they're bringing in additional forces as well, like teleporting them in for the final assault on Cambiamento, because Cambiamento is really fortified, so it requires a lot, including extra siege weapons and more clerics, people, and paladins who can deal with
And how
dark magics.
far is... By the way, is it Biamento or Viamento?
It's neither of those. It's Camp Cambiamento.
I'm hearing Viamento.
Cambiamento.
What the fuck?
You're having the realization that all of us had like
Last
3 sessions
weekend,
ago. 'cause
yeah.
I was like, what do you mean it's not Camp Cambiamento?
It's Camp Cambiamento. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay. How far is that from here, travel-wise?
Camp.
Cambiamento means change in Italian. All right.
Molto bene. Cambiamento.
Let me go get the map.
Molto bene.
It's 5 days away.
5 days.
It's
Okay.
like 5 or 6. Depending.
Gotcha.
And that's big marching.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Now.
Sounds like a long rest to me.
Well, not
Not
yet.
yet. You're still in Camp Benvenuto.
Not yet.
While we're
So close. Yet so
while we're in the mustering phase, do we still have like a group of like injured individuals, like wounded, walking wounded, that are?
A lot of the wounded were left back in Mithril or assemblage since they were taken over, and they are being taken care of by the various people there.
a lot of the wounded. That was my mother's name.
Your long lost cousin, Alana. You walked right into that, Cameron.
Wasn't expecting it.
The wounded.
The wounded?
But yeah, so you're not marching. The military has left its wounded behind, not because of hating them, but because there are better places to take care of them than sending them directly into battle again. And magic is at a premium, right? So you can't just heal everybody because that is gonna waste a lot of energy for people.
Do we see Johanna and Nigel?
So as you're going through the camp itself, the higher ups, the generals, etc., and higher up officers are finding sort of a centralized area to talk and figure out what the next steps are and logistics and all of that. And if you want to go there, that would be a good place to find Johanna. There's not really anywhere else to go in this camp because it's all just a bunch of tents and dead horse carriages. So you head to the center of the camp where the General Devil and various others are heading. And you step inside this large circular tent that is set up there. Probably whoever ran the camp beforehand set this place up. As you walk in, a sort of stench of sort of rot meets your nose, but it is quickly being cleared out by various soldiers because there are some undead guards and whatnot that just sort of fell over.
I druid craft some lavender.
I was about to say, like, I just like prestidigitize a piece on like on my on my cloak and just kind of
Yeah, like the smell bags and stuff.
like a good like menthol.
At Ren Fair, we'd put like essential oils in a handkerchief and do that.
Yep.
Because there was some BO
Oh yeah.
at Ren Fair.
So
Shocking.
much.
Because
So
people
much.
refuse. There's like the whole thing about being afraid of heavy metals, but if you're working at Ren Fair, use some
gotta.
antiperspirant, you fuckers.
Please.
Anyway,
This has been a PSA.
yes. Yeah, you can deal with the heavy metals later. Anyway, you step in, and they are clearing out the various previous undead guards that just sort of apparently stopped working and fell apart here. And you see Johanna bringing out sort of a map and whatnot, and they're moving a table, and she looks up at all of you. She has one eye, like a patch of cloth over her eye. Which eye was it? It just switches. I do not remember which eye it was. I'm going to go with right. So she's got a patch of cloth over her right eye at the moment. She looks up and goes, hello, everyone. Glad to see you made it in one piece and all of that.
Wasn't
yes.
for lack of trying on their part.
I mean, I didn't make it out with all of my pieces together, but that's all right.
Is it still in there?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, yes, it is. It didn't, pop out. It's just sort of...
Would you like me to?
I mean, if you could... I don't want to... Yeah, so yes, if you could.
I mean, for anyone else, I can also regenerate whoever needs it. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's still in there. It's just scratched.
We do.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to... I'm like,
We do have a spare
Is this
eye.
something that
Would you like
just
to
needs
have a tunable eye?
heavy-duty healing, or do you need a new one?
No, what happened was, as she takes off the bandage, you can see it's like a sword slash just directly through it. So it did cut it.
Yeah.
Like her eyelid and eye. Which it looks pretty gross.
Can I just heal it?
I mean, that would be the first thing to try, because I just heard Nala whispering about taking my eye out and regrowing it, and I'm not here for it.
I watched something horrifying.
We just did it once and it worked, so
It
we were kind of
worked, so
excited
I
to do it
just
again.
didn't know.
Can I like to never see that again?
Can I just cure wounds it?
Make a medicine check.
How's Vinci doing? Is Vinci there?
Yeah, it's always
14.
14. You can. You'll probably have to use a decently high level cure wounds.
Great.
Because it has to regrow a lot of it.
Slorp.
Is Vinci on her shoulder or on a cage?
Yeah, all on her shoulder.
Vinci's
Then
eye.
I will not.
Finchie's eyes are fine.
I have a 6th level spell slot open. What if I healed it?
That would probably work well.
Okay, great. I'll use heal.
You use heal and it just goes and sort of
Well, that was
puts itself together.
Leave the scar.
Do you want a scar for?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Please.
I do my best.
Just on the other sides of the eye.
I heal but stop.
Give the
Making sure it's that, and then go. All right. So she has a badass eye scar now,
Amazing.
or across the eye.
We have much to share and talk about, though.
All right, good. I mean, I also have things to talk about. Specifically, we have to talk about tactics for Cambiamento.
Yes.
Do we know how long we're going to be mustering at this camp before marching on?
We are staying here for this day, and we figured because of intel and whatnot, we got here really early, and your sense of time is all whack right now because you came out of, but it was early morning when you started attacking, so you've got this day pretty nicely. So she says, we have informed the people who are teleporting here to start doing that today, so we should get the rest of the troops that we were reinforcements that we were asking about, and then sleep here, and then tomorrow we're marching, because we don't want to give the necromancer even more time to build up defenses.
Speaking of that, for Natasha, because I can't remember who is the bag of holding. Oh yeah, Nala, that's right. Can we show Johanna and Nigel the schematics we found?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that we couldn't figure out.
We gave them to the general, so he would have them.
Oh.
Okay.
Nigel isn't here at the moment.
He's not. Oh, sorry.
off doing something.
Sorry.
But the general, who I
it's
assume
big-
is in the room.
It's
would
General
have them.
Davil, Johanna, and a couple other high-ranking
It's
officers.
been a while. I don't remember where we got them.
but no, and various high-ranking officers who lead sort of smaller groups of the battalion. As you sort of mention the blueprints, General Davil goes, yes, Arbiter, these were brought by the Bonera to us, to me. Apparently it has something to do with whatever they're building out of this machine, or whatever they're building from the items made in these camps. Johanna looks at it and goes,
You have no idea what it
can't
means.
read
either.
this.
I don't know what to make of this.
The only thing I can tell you is that it's an exim.
All right. This thing.
Like the machine that they're planning on building?
Is an Exim.
Yeah. I don't remember how I know that, but I do.
Right.
Lilia should remember how she knows that. Tess has no idea.
You figured it out because of...
I asked somebody
Yeah, I
something in
remember.
the divination stone, and I can't remember who.
Yeah, you figured it out
Oh,
somehow.
I think I just asked Oliver in the Shadowfell where the things were. Okay.
Oh, right. You asked future Oliver.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
So we know where they're
but
where they're stationing
If
this
we
thing.
could get Nigel or someone else to look at these, because
Yeah, I'll be sure to grab him. He is currently mustering his particular strat group. Also, since you asked about it before, your friend, the author, is in one of the... He was brought with us because you specifically asked him. He asked to be brought as well.
it'd be nice to actually finally meet him. I've only been communicating with missives and whatnot.
Yeah, he is in the sort of makeshift infirmary we created.
Infirmary?
Run!
Wait, before you go...
Nope, too late. They're gone.
No, no, we can be stopped.
They're gone.
We stopped. They're stopped. We're fine. We're about to leave the tent.
He is not in a good way, but we do have to talk tactics and things first, and because that takes priority over a single
Heal.
casualty.
It's very fast. No, you're fine. Go continue.
All right.
Oh my god.
So I will get Nigel to
What if
look
he
at
dies while we're
these
here?
blueprints. That would be weird story writing on my part.
And then Cameron said, "This is for being
Oh
late,
shit!
you
You arrived at the
motherfuckers."
infirmary and he's dead
Very
already.
Romeo plus Juliet and Laz Berman.
We've called and it's been a minute past. We called it.
And then Kieran
Lerman. Oh my
Baz Luhrmann? You said Laz Berman?
I sure did.
Is that his DJ name? Yes.
I came out of my mouth and I was like, what the fuck was that?
Well, so Johanna says, all right, so for Cambiamento, it is 5 days away, but we're marching there as with haste. So we are going to try and speed up our marching a little bit because we don't want to give more time, as I said. I will be joining y'all in the strike mission into the city.
Okay.
Nigel will be leading his group doing various other things. And... but General Davil here will actually be leading the majority of the troops and the actual tactics involved. So, General, if you'd like to just go over it for all of the officers here and the Bone Arrow, that'd be great. And General Davil takes the sort of center and points at a map. And this map is just sort of a city map. I actually think I may have drawn it.
That would be
drawing.
nice.
New
That's the bone era.
We love art.
Man, Kieran loves stuff.
I may also not have.
Even more
and
than
I
art, we
imagined
love
that I did
visual
that.
references.
Yeah, I imagine that I did that.
That's okay.
But I will draw it quickly because I forgot a piece of paper anyway. I'll be
Hello?
Cambiamento. I like to imagine that he drew this like shitty map on the.
It's actually quite nice.
It's beautiful.
It looks like a pimple.
Jesus Christ.
It looks like a what?
It's like it's got the bulbous part and then there's like a little thing underneath it. Or it like also like the earth in its core.
Oh God.
Jesus.
So
Those were bell mirrors, right?
this is the Lonely Lake. Belmare is actually on the lower side of that river. Doesn't matter. But Cambiamento is a relatively large city now. It was Belmare, but they expanded out on it. Various sections of it with 3 major roads to the center. And then at the center is the Bone Castle, or Bone Palace.
I want to hate that so badly. Like I want to be like, oh, not the Bone Palace, but truly that sounds like sick as hell.
It does.
The Bone Palace is really your purview for this next thing. We assume that the Necromancer will be staying in the Bone Palace and directing the battle from there, along with the Necromancer's lieutenants. We have roughly, with everybody coming in, we have about 4,000 soldiers that are going to be attacking this place. That's both battalions plus our teleported in reinforcements. 3 groups, so the major force will be split into 3 different groups, which will be taking the city at 3 fronts. And then there will be smaller strike forces led by Nigel and various others who will be sort of just leading smaller strike groups to take strategic points throughout the city that will be useful for going further deeper into the city. Your job as the Bone Arrow would be to get through the city before everybody, or like head through quickly, get to the Bone Palace, get inside, and take care of the Necromancer themselves, while the soldiers and I take the rest of the city. If you are able to handle the Necromancer, the city will be easier and faster to take by us, because the problem with fighting undead is that there is no real attrition on their side, and if the battle goes on and on, they will just win. So time is of the essence, which is why we're sending our heavy hitters, along with the Arbiter themselves, directly into it to handle the boss.
Do we recall from our 6 seconds of being in the camps, like the layout of the throne room? Was it like an open space, or was it all completely enclosed? It's like my big one. Like, could we fly to there? If speed is of the essence.
Balcony, throne room. You saw a throne in the background.
Okay, but we were on.
But there is a balcony.
There is a balcony.
There was an
It's an open
but
concept.
the general
throne room.
does say flying is an option.
I'm sorry, there is a roof on this throne room.
There is a roof on the
right?
throne room. The problem with flying is
Great.
you'd be very easy to see.
Yeah.
And easy to shoot down.
And
then.
being shot down in the middle of the city would not be helpful for your... Yeah. And Johanna speaks up and says, also, since I grew up in Belmare, there are some sort of side passages away from things. We will probably still hit resistance of various kinds, but we won't be hitting like the main brunt of the undead force if we go through the city. We'll just have to deal with the smaller groups.
No worries, we can use that. Just hearing speed, I thought flying. So.
Well, but like considering speed, would it be worthwhile for us to like, get ourselves closer than the armies sooner, and have a day or two outside of the camps to prepare? Like, would it be worthwhile to teleport closer, so that way we will have an advantage for like speed for strike?
The general sort of considers for a moment. He's like, well, that would... you'd also be able to act as sort of extra scouts. If you could send us information if you went that route. Arbiter, are you okay with that? And Johanna says, that's definitely a good idea.
I've been doing scouting a lot, being in animal shape, so I'm kind of used to that.
Absolutely. So that's a good idea. We could leave as soon as we can. I do need to, just give a pep talk to everybody here, of course.
I also feel like it might behoove us. I know that we've already done a considerable amount of divination on our end about what we can expect with the necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there was still, if I'm not mistaken, a few more questions that we wanted to consider for either Ouijas or Silas?
Sylvanas.
Silas?
Silas?
Yeah.
No,
That's a name.
Silas.
I know a Boston Terrier named Silas.
Yeah,
It's
a cute name.
I don't know people's
I've been
names.
calling on him a lot lately. I'm gonna have to owe him a lot of favors.
Oh,
But like we can.
I'm a cleric, so I
but I'm
always
pretty
owe
sure
a
that
lot
there
of
was
favors.
still-
I can talk to Ouija.
Yeah, there were still some questions I think that were outstanding that we wanted to talk to Ouijas about, just because obviously top priority is taking down the necromancer.
Yeah.
However,
Dear Mom.
the person that the necromancer is taking over is someone who has been dear to us.
Yes.
So we would like to help
By dear,
mitigate
we hung out
damages.
for like a week.
But she also brought you back to life.
Yeah.
So,
And we do have some ideas and strategies. We just need to find the right one.
But I do think, if we take at least tonight and into part of the next day to maybe divine a little further, just so we have as much information as we can going into this, and then be able to teleport out tomorrow.
All right. I mean, teleporting only works if you know where you're headed.
Well, we've been there before.
You haven't been to Belmont.
Accidentally, but we've been there.
Cameron.
Teleporting into the only place
No,
you've
I
been
know,
is into it,
We
not
haven't
outside
been,
of it.
Well, we've done
Around.
You've
done
been
it.
to Kershire.
Well, also, but we've done it before where, like, Johanna knows and can describe things to me, and I can draw where
Yeah.
we would like to teleport to.
It's worked.
So we've done that before.
You can't. I mean, there's just a chance of getting off, right?
I was just gonna say, because Lucina, as we said, like the past year or so, was doing scouting stuff. Would I have scouted around Camp Cambiamento, and would I recognize a tree over there?
Your main thing was around Mythalore.
Okay,
and
just want to check.
Yeah.
fair.
You could scry to find a tree or whatever, but yeah, it's up to you.
Let me see if I have scrying prepared.
Well, anyway, that's the basic idea of the tactics. Obviously, you don't need to know the minutiae of each individual military thing. General Deva will go over that with his officers here. But let's head out, because that's all I needed y'all to be here for. So thank you for coming, even though I didn't.
I do have scrying prepared.
Great.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Yes, so two of you seem very anxious to get to the infirmary, so let's head there, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, like Seidel's up next to you. I don't really get. I mean,
it's like just Johanna.
is
Just
the
like
voice of
Johanna
our
and Lillian, like,
generation, okay?
Standing behind, just being like, I don't. He's fine.
yeah. I mean, he seemed nice. I don't know.
He's a national hero. And a national treasure.
Cultural icon.
Maybe you could listen to like the people of the Beastlands themselves as somebody who visited. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, he writes about beyond the Beastlands.
Beyond
So
the Beastlands.
he wrote about tribes.
He's probably going to be very
in places beyond, in places like Venevra and stuff. And he wrote it from an attempt to be extremely culturally sensitive, which was his whole thing, because he actually lived with them and stuff. So he's an interesting dude.
And maybe procreated. Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Depends on if he got his dick shot off.
This is a little conversation we had in the car.
infirmary.
This is a literal conversation we had in the car on the ride here.
Said I don't care if he's missing body parts, as long as it's not his woman.
You go to the infirmary. You walk there, except for Kiren and Nala, who sprint forward, apparently.
mall walk.
They Naruto run to the... and you enter the infirmary. The infirmary...
Did someone call a doctor?
The infirmary is the infirmary that was set up for Benvenuto anyway. They've just sort of taken it for as I said before, most of the wounded, etc., were left behind to get treatments, but those who were like minorly injured and stuff, they're just being treated for those things here. And then there is one bed in the sort of center of it with a currently unconscious Nathaniel Stein, who has like a fantasy IV and a fantasy one of those monitors that's beeping. Yeah. It's like all Magitech. I've decided that
What is his
exists here
SPO2
now.
right now? Please fill me in.
But you see him there, and sort of a medic is there, sort of looking over him and make sure he's still alive, checking his temperature and whatnot, and looks over at you. This medic, he's like a young guy who is nondescript, and says, hello,
Howdy.
Arbiter and everyone. And Yana says, yeah, this Bone Hero, they know this man, I guess. He asked to see them, and they asked to see him, so we're here. And he says, okay, standard medicine doesn't seem to be doing anything. He must have been hit by some sort of spell, magic of some sort that's really inhibiting his ability to heal. Physically, he seems pretty fine, but there's something deeper going on.
Oh.
Has anyone tried magic healing?
I mean, we've used various sort of cures and things. It's about the extent of like my training. And
Okay, great. I'm just making sure that spells maybe work. I'm going to use a low-level Cure Wounds and see if it does anything before I blow my...
Okay, you sort of step over to him.
Shar,
Level.
set the arch up into its personal form, like you did with Eskandua/Uas.
The only reason that worked is because Feileni talked to him through it.
Oh.
Eskandula had just used some energy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You cast it, you walk over to the side of his bed, you cast it into him, but as the medic said, physically, it doesn't look like he's been he has a slash, but it's
Can I do
fine.
Arcana medicine?
You can make a medicine check.
Can I
been cursed.
also do this? Because, I'm really familiar with
Sure,
healing stuff and I'm going to do guidance on myself.
sure.
With guidance, that is a 24.
Okay,
28.
28. 24, you look at this guy and are like, physically, he
18
seems
plus
fine.
10.
It is genuinely confusing to you. You see some weird sort of tendrils of darkness or something around the slash. Yeah, and it's written like death metal, so you can't actually read it. But Kieran, you sort of... What you do is you see the wound and whatnot, and then you sort of focus in, and you sort of project your
Doctor eyes.
you sci-fi imaginate the inside of you do sort of a Sherlock Holmes thing where you imagine what's
Text
inside
appears
of,
on screen.
yeah, terrible sound effects and everything.
Oh, God.
But you sense inside, using your clerical magic, that there are things there are small bits of necrotic energy attaching themselves to various parts, his veins and things, various cells have it in it, and it's pumping through him. His whatever he was hit by was bad. And it is some serious dark curse type magic.
Damn.
I was going to say, does that mean anything spell name-wise to me?
I mean, you would have to use something high that heals that sort of thing. Greater Restoration is the obvious go-to.
Okay.
But even in using that, you're going to have to be pretty precise about your using of it. So there's going to be a skill check in using
In using it.
it.
But I can use greater res, and that would
Could
be
we
fine.
That would be the one.
Could we start with the arch and then go with the diamond dust?
I mean,
Shar would not be able to, unless she made a medicine check and also was able to get a 25, she would not be able to see what was actually wrong with him.
do you share this with us,
Possible.
Kieran?
It's not possible for me to get a 25
I mean,
on a
I
medicine
would
check.
share
Oh,
it with
really?
you guys,
Yeah.
but unless you're able to tell.
The highest I
No,
can get is
I
a
was gonna
21.
say I
I
can.
can come over to
I mean, if you explain it,
yeah.
then they would get advantage, but they'd still have to be able
Well,
to tell.
Oh,
No,
I don't want to touch anybody.
I was gonna say, Kieran, I could make your eyes keener and hopefully give you a bit of a boost if you're to attempt this.
He has cooties.
Probably. I mean, I was just going to clap
like-
Kieran on the shoulder and just go, "You're a good doctor. You got this." And give some bardic inspiration.
I will
You
cast
feel so inspired.
enhance.
Just like normal, just to listen to it work.
I'll do enhance ability at 3rd level because I'm out of 2nd levels.
Fair enough.
And this is going to be a medicine check, Cameron, or
You don't know. It'll probably be, actually, it would more be along the lines of Kieran's ability to use his magic.
so
So probably wisdom.
wisdom. Yeah. So I will give Kieran Owl's wisdom, and then technically because I've been casting at 3rd level because I have no 2nd levels left, I can do an additional target, and I'll just give me Owl's wisdom too for
You feel
an hour.
additionally wise too. Why
Yeah.
not?
So, but yeah, you have advantage on wisdom checks,
Indeed.
Kieran.
Okay. Cool.
Extra dice.
I'll do the thing.
Use the extra dice.
Okay.
Pull out
What is
your
it? Is it
diamond
a-
dust.
12, I think. Hold on.
I think
I
you're
know my
still at
shit. Is it
10.
still a 10?
12 is like level 17.
Oh, okay. Where did it go? It is a D10. You're right.
You right.
Well, I'm going to use
Okay, so you've got inspiration plus advantage.
Yeah.
You're gonna also give guidance, or are you
I
gonna
can't
bless
'cause
Yourself?
Guidance is concentration, so it's enhance ability.
You're gonna bless yourself.
Do I have that?
I
Can
don't
you
know.
bless and bardic inspiration at the same time?
Sure you can.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, because bardic inspiration is an ability, not a spell.
I don't have blessed today.
okay.
Unblessed,
Unbelievably.
which means I'm stressed.
Big roll.
Okay.
Big
Too
roll.
stressed to be blessed.
Too stressed
That's
to be blessed.
Okay, you need to roll a 30
Oh,
as an Arcana check.
Arcana?
oh,
Well, yes.
That's intelligence, though.
Sorry,
fine.
never mind. Something that you're proficient in wisdom with, because I want it to be your like spell ability. So do like your spell attack. So,
Medicine.
medicine is wisdom. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Then yes, but you're using you're casting it through the diamond dust and yeah.
19 plus 10 is 29. So.
Can't not make it.
33.
33.
Damn.
33. So as
job,
you
Kieran.
summon the
done it.
diamond dust and
It was a team effort.
push it like forms into sort of magical energy, goes inside the wound, and you as though you're using like a scope in a surgery, you move through magically and you take out each of the little things. This takes like a while, like longer than a normal greater restoration to cast because Kieran has to be so precise.
I'm just picturing like Toph with Korra from when like bending out that
I wouldn't know.
metal poison in her.
Cool. Sounds like it.
Oh,
But I don't know that.
There's
reference.
also an Naruto thing that's this, but it's good. It's good. Good shit.
I'm just shooting at various parts.
Yeah, in your mind, you've got sort of a medicine gun.
Except the gun is like pulling things out
No,
rather than
there's-
just soaking it
sucks
in.
it
There's a mini Kieran that's very much a la like Osmosis Jones, if anyone remembers
Osmosis
that
Jones,
movie.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
But
It's me,
it
the
takes
love
a while,
doctor.
like 10 to 20 minutes of going through. It's like a whole thing. But you eventually remove the last of this darkness. And as you do, you sort of extract your energy from the whole situation. And Nathaniel sort of blinks his eyes open, looks blearily at everybody. Oh my, this is quite something.
Welcome back.
Hello, everyone.
You feeling all right?
Yes, I think so. It's
Shara and Nala are doing like the little anime like squeeze.
I see that I'm in a different place from when I passed out last. And Johanna's like, yeah, we've got you all the way to Benvenuto. You've been asleep for like 2 days. That explains how sort of out of it I am. My wound feels better, though.
I cured the wounded.
Great, thank you.
What's your name?
I would like to sit up. I am very uncomfortable laying down now. He sort of sits, takes people's hands and sits up a bit.
Do you
Whew.
remember what got you in that state?
Well, I was definitely hit by something sword-like.
Oh, sword-like.
It was sword-like. It was like a blade, and the
knife
dude
sword?
was wearing a knife sword. The guy who hit me was wearing this like dark armor,
Goth kids.
spiky helmet thing.
Was he like part of like the normal like?
No, he came in at the end and then sort of saw what was happening, joined the fight, and then ordered a retreat and
And,
then
like-
left.
Do you have a big red beard?
No.
Okay.
Could you just?
I know, it had me worried too.
Just so because this is probably good information for us to know at some point. Can you just describe what you remember him looking like?
Well, he had a lot of sort of spiky armor on, and
Was eyes of flame?
no, I mean it was just sort of a darkness. I mean he had the thing down on his helmet, and so I couldn't really see. He was just he was
Right.
massive though. This man was like towering, like 8, 9, 10 feet high or something.
Jesus Christ! Is there anybody that like we would recall by this description?
Seemed like an orc. Quick axe roll.
Could I
When
roll a
you-
history check or something?
Who did the... When you arrived accidentally in Sorna's, or the Necromancer's throne room, she was alone.
She was alone. Yes.
Oh, I thought there was somebody with her.
But there was somebody with her in the scrying,
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember vaguely that.
Yes.
and that person was tall and intimidating.
With spiky armor.
Yes, but had their
I think
helmet
that was
off at the time.
Kieran, and you still have advantage on wisdom.
I'm just telling you, that's what you remember.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay.
I remember.
I don't remember how I described them, but that is what they look like
Scary
now.
guy.
Okay, great.
It is most likely
Henchman
Sorna's
A.
right-hand man.
I'm
Soldier,
sure
we will see him again.
Well, that's good to know also that sword is...
Scary.
Yeah, I don't recommend getting hit by it, really. Not
I
much.
wouldn't recommend getting hit by any sword, but this
A
one
sword suck to get hit by. I've experienced that many times.
By the way, sorry for these circumstances, but it's nice to actually finally meet you, Nathaniel. I'm Lucina.
Oh, the
yeah.
person I talked to inside. Yeah, sure. Hello there.
Hi.
Thanks for doing what you did. We all took over. Our assemblage was gotten. How have you all been? It's been a while.
During like the resurrection
been
thing,
a
I was
while.
heating up some Amiyasari food, and I'm just gonna give it.
Oh
How
my
much-
god.
How much does he like pay
Thank you.
attention to things? Like, is he like he's a scholar? How much does he like pay attention to things? Like, is he gonna notice that Wynn now has 2 eyeballs?
No.
Things like that.
He is-
Like, how
Nathaniel Stein-
oblivious is
Hey,
this scholar?
Hey,
No,
Nathaniel.
we saw him for
I've
a
been in
day.
a coma for
Nathaniel
2
met
days.
you like
For
once
one
back
day.
in the day
Long time
when you
ago.
freed
Years ago.
We're his
Scorchfast,
biggest fans. What are
and you partied with him once, and then you walked across the desert with him, sort of. And
He was with a
it
new
wasn't
lady
like-
at the time.
Yeah,
he
found-
wasn't really
he
with
became
us.
a rebound
And we were trying to give
Yeah.
him some space, so we weren't
Oh, that's
creepy.
right. I forgot about that.
Yes, he hooked up with the woman with the fur coat and the long cigarette holder.
Yeah, the jeweler.
But yeah, he's not that. He cares about his work.
Right.
and
That's what I was
he
asking.
cares about.
Just is he gonna notice that we look way more fucked up, but also way more badass? Great.
Where are my effects? And Johanna asks around, and the nurse comes back. Oh, right, your stuff is over here. Brings sort of his backpack and whatnot. Nathaniel's like, Nala,
Yes.
so I have this thing. Apparently, you wanted it. Here you go.
Excellent.
The
Here is the bill from the library.
Oh shit! I don't have near this kind of
It's
money.
okay. I will return the book and I will cover the charges for you.
Well, thank you so much.
We're
you
your
convince your
biggest
library
fan.
to get rid of late fees.
Yeah, I thought they didn't have late fees at that particular. I thought I specifically made
never
clear
mind
that
then.
didn't have
There
late
was an
fees.
incident.
there was an incident.
No, I think I specifically mentioned that library doesn't have late
Okay,
fees.
never mind. That just promotes the
yeah.
stealing books thing.
No, it doesn't actually. When
Promotes the return.
Yeah, when you remove late fees from libraries, there's been studies. This was actually done.
yeah?
People return books more often
Because there's no shame associated
because you
with it.
don't
Oh, I guess
feel
that
bad
is
about
true.
it. So
The more you know.
isn't that
Many
interesting? Anyway, he hands you Dimension to Doorways Part 2.
Woo!
As
Yeah,
you
a lot
flip
of
through
reading
it,
to do.
it is only about one thing.
For sure.
And it is only about being able to create sort of a teleportation circle that is temporary. It lasts a week to 4 weeks, depending on how well you cast it. But
How
that's,
long does it take to create?
let me look. I wrote this down somewhere. About 8 months ago.
I thought you were going to say it takes 8 months to make it.
that. And it
No,
lasts
no,
a
no.
week.
No, it's much
4 months
faster. than
shy
that.
of a permanent.
It takes 10 minutes.
10
It
minutes.
costs
to make
500 gold worth of chalks.
500 gold. Ooh, I need to make some chalk.
You roll a d4. It is a variable number of weeks.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Apparently, in the book, it's got like notes in the margins and stuff that you quickly read that talk about how like people talking about the Great War from many years ago. They used it to bounce soldiers around in the war against Morlos 10,000 years ago.
Excellent.
So yes, extremely useful spell. But it does require 500 gold, which not that many people have all the time, and so it is. Yeah.
Especially
yeah.
you.
Well, I got money now, but I just
Now
gotta
you
make-
do.
I need
Stop
to-
giving it away.
Financial advisor, Win Ashmore.
So now that I'm all better, I apparently am here. Why did I ask to come? I guess I just came because you all asked for me and I wanted to give you that book. But now, since I'm here, I may as well join the military, yeah?
Is that a thing?
I think that is not a good idea.
No? I don't know. I'm raring to go at this point.
Whatever skills you have are best. I mean, there's.
Well, I've got magic and stuff.
Are you a healer?
Yeah.
It's a level 2 wizard.
Oh, wizard. Okay.
I can kick all the undead ass, I'm sure. Johanna's like,
I believe in you.
sure you can. I think you should take some time. We'll get you to teleport to wherever you need to go, and you just help people back in the cities and whatnot. Keep morale up. Write about the war and your experiences and that sort of.
I am personally of the mind that scholars should not become soldiers. We need scholars alive.
All right, I guess that's fair.
Would you like to go to the Beastlands?
Not particularly.
Oh, no. Mind.
I've heard Omniasari's nice.
It is.
nice there.
I can take you to
Marshtown
Omniasari
is
if you'd
also secreted away.
Hasn't he been
He
to
can't-
Omniasari?
He can't go to Marshtown.
He can't go to Marshtown.
Someone else could take him there.
Nope.
No.
But I thought,
Because he was not there when the spell was cast.
but I thought that was the whole thing. Like there were some people who were out on missions who then eventually came back because people brought them back. Am I
don't
wrong?
know.
I don't know.
Would you like
The
to go
original
back to
rule was
Omniasari?
everybody who was there are the only people who can get back to Marshtown.
Okay.
I may have bent it slightly.
Oh, I know nothing. You're God.
Whatever. Technically, Marshtown's off limits for him. Yeah.
Would you like to go to Omniasari? I could do another grocery run.
Well, I mean, that seems like Johanna or the Arbiter here has told me that she'll send me to somebody to get me wherever. You all seem like big important people to this war, and I'm just little old me.
Doesn't mean we can't make a grocery run halfway across the continent.
I don't understand you people.
Thank you for.
We might be important to the war, but you're important to us as fans.
Thanks, I guess.
I was just gonna say though, thank you for giving the information out that you did and secreting messages. It did help a lot and made today and all this possible.
Great. I'm glad I could help. Anything that I can do to help the cause of making the world less shitty. All right. Arbiter, where should I go to find the people to teleport me somewhere? Do I just tell them you sent me, or Johanna's like, give me a second, like writes a note, hand that to Marilyn, and she'll take you wherever you need to go. And Nathaniel's like, well, picks up his backpack.
If you go to Omniasari, definitely make sure to visit the Temple of the Sands.
Oh,
You'd like it then.
the temple there.
Yeah.
All right. I do like temples. They're cool.
Well, also
Culturally significant.
culturally significant, and also, it's God just returned. I think you'd have a fascinating conversation. That's all.
Wow. All right. I normally just write about orcs, but I mean, returning of gods and war and all of this. My next book's going to be very
I
exciting.
figure somebody's got to document
Do you
it.
have like a short list that for
like a mailing list?
yeah.
Yeah, just type your email and...
What is an email?
I mean,
like a sending list?
do you,
He's gonna invent
do you have an address?
Sending
I
stones.
do.
I mean,
do
that could
indeed
work.
have an address.
I think we're homeless.
no, I have a home.
Yeah.
I am a homeowner.
Yes, the most homeful person is definitely Kieran.
I have a single family home in Scorch Pass.
I think I
It's
mean,
where
I'm
all your mail goes. Like,
there's just,
years
like, a big
mail
stack of it.
piled in.
trash bags worth of mail. There's like a full
been trying to
box
reach you,
that's just
Magic.
like your
Your car's extended
it's
voice.
there's a whole box of just
You've had
like
jury duty
the
3
dentist building in town sending like your hey, it's
Yeah,
time for your 6-month checkup. Checkup, hello. Happy birthday from your dentist. Merry Christmas from your dentist. Don't forget.
Get your
Feel
cleaning.
targeted.
Well, if you give me
Because I just got an email from my dentist.
I have a
that
dentist
need
appointment
to-
tomorrow. Yeah. So
Teeth cleaned. My dentist in Washington State that I have not been to in 3 years.
amazing stuff. If you give me whatever address, I will surely send you the information.
Can you
Immediately,
send
like,
to an interdimensional
without-
address?
Yeah. You can all have your stuff sent to my address.
But I also want to. I want to know
Last
this.
time you picked up your mail.
This question.
I don't really
How long
have
has it been
the
since we were in
ability
Scorchfest?
to send interdimensionally. No, that's not really in my skill set at the moment.
Then I do not have an address for you.
Here,
Fair
you
enough.
can send 2 to this address.
All right. All right.
You
I
really
will
only
send.
have to send
I will
one.
if when my next manuscript is being crowdfunded. I will send you the information
Splendid.
to this address. I was joking about the crowdfunding. He says he will send you it when the book is done.
Splendid.
Thanks.
I will kickstart his next book.
Great. Well, it was a pleasure seeing you all. Thanks for saving my life.
Anything.
Be well.
Anytime.
Do your best in this war and try to make
No.
the world better. Because it used to be a little better, you know? I liked it when I could just go around and live with orc tribes and write about them.
I think you'll get there again.
Anyway, Godspeed. He waves awkwardly and heads out of the infirmary. Johanna's like, well, you did it.
I do think it's worth mentioning that this world has kind of been a little shitty for some of us the whole time.
It's not easy being any white guy in 1985.
White guy.
1985.
All right. Well,
Do we
let's get out of the infirmary. We'll need to get out of the medic's ways and stuff. And you sort of head outside. All right. Well, what's next, everyone? You
Well,
said you wanted to
get
do
ready.
some divination or whatever,
probably
and then you wanted to get
Should.
outside of Cambiamento a little faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be good, and Johanna, that might mean that you and I need to sit down for a little bit, and you can describe some of the areas that you remember outside of
All
there.
right. I can do whatever you need me to do.
I was going to say I could maybe try to scry the place and see a tree, and then we could walk through there. But
That sounds even better than me describing the outside of the outskirts of my.
I mean, listen, it's worked really
Grown-up
well
village.
before.
I mean, the thing is, Lilia did provide a wonderful artistic rendition when I was scrying on Exum, and that helped a lot. So,
All right, I can do that.
Anything would
Let's
help.
let's find one of these sort of tents. I'm also hungry.
Yeah.
You go and find some like rations and whatnot, and you find a tent. There are various like now saved refugees, and you're actually as you're walking around, like a bunch of them because they're as I said fresh. They.
Nope.
But as in they are not, haven't been starved for weeks and things like this. So a lot of them actually are like, I have some training. Can I join? If we're taking the fight to them, I would like to fight with you. And you there's a decent number of like recruits for the challenge that come from the various people who were forced to come here, because they're now pissed and ready to fight back. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them are soldiers and sailors and thieves and whatnot. Various people are pretty good at fighting. So.
Neat.
So that's what you hear as you're walking. You end up in just a tent off to the side with your rations and whatnot. And Johanna's like, all right, so the outside of Belmare, well, it's a lot of it was farmland quite a bit on the outside. And there were, I remember Mr. Jackson who lived on the blah, blah, blah. And she sort of describes various areas.
Yeah.
Especially the sort of main street out of Belmare. Because there is a specific road that goes out. And there are various trees and whatnot. And describes the area
Because
as best you
I was also wondering if she had like a favorite spot along the lake that might be a little bit further
Well, along
out
the
of
lake's
city.
like in the city, and everything along the lake, based on the drawing that was drawn, like there are places still kind of attached to the lake that are the city itself, but most of it's taken up by the Bone Castle and the Necromancer's main area.
Okay.
They have really like fortified everything so
Got
that
it.
you have to attack it from the west.
From the drawing that I was seeing here, it looks like there's another road that goes out north from Cambiamento. And so I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, it's the other other road that heads directly north. If I were to draw it on this, it would be that.
Okay, and so
As opposed
around
to
the lake I was wondering about was like
there.
up further north off of that other road.
Yeah, so I drew this
So
like
if-
this, but really this is all of this on the right side
Right.
is very much necromancer domain.
Right.
Okay.
But so can we
up here.
Yes.
I get
Yes. So like just
Outside of the
outside
city.
of the city, if there was a favorite place along the lake that she would go to like get out of the
Sure.
city and out of the, all of that.
Then yes, there are. She's like, oh yeah, there was a really wonderful sort of park area outside the thing, and she describes this whole area, and it sounds lovely, or at least the version of it back in the day sounded very lovely. So she describes it as well as she can, remembering specific trees and whatnot, and the basic idea of it. If you would like to draw, please make a performance check.
Guidance.
What is guidance?
D4.
A D4.
Actually, no, I'm using Tides of Chaos. I don't have to roll again today.
Okay.
You still have guidance though.
$28.
28. You draw weirdly. Like,
Again.
as you're drawing it, Johanna's like, I don't know how you did that. All I did was describe the area. Are you reading my mind at the same
art
time?
Is that you have to like, you not only have to get like the images, but the feeling of the images.
Apparently.
across.
Well, that's pretty much identical to that park that I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the outskirts of it.
Sorry, Lilia. I mean, you know the drill with this. And I take out my scrying bowl again, etch a Druidic, and
Drench
the water, and slowly submerge it in.
I really gotta stop making 2 copies when I do this.
And I'm gonna do.
Give her her like draw it on that like graphite paper.
Yeah.
So give her that one.
my last 5th level spell, scrying.
Okay. You scrying on that location, and because the
trying to
drawing
get
is very good,
tree, yeah.
you open your eyes on the outskirts of this town.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look as beautiful as it does in this drawing anymore. There are trees, but many of them are looking not very alive anymore. Some of them, though, or one of them specifically, the largest one that Johanna mentioned off to the side where she used to sit and read, is still hanging on. There are a few leaves and whatnot, and it's doing its best. And it's near the lake, about 20 feet from the lake side itself, and along the sort of road.
Does it seem like around it, like kind of concealed? Like if we were to pop out, people wouldn't necessarily see us on the road.
If there was somebody on the road while you popped out, you would be instantly found out on this. So this is, again, I will draw a little.
Yeah, no worries.
What's in my head?
In your head.
In my head. Zom.
That is a very
Fucking accurate, yeah.
do see some, yeah.
He's so cute. He's just so cute today. Just a precious baby.
Water. Tree. Hill down to water, which I'd sucked at depth for. Road. So it's right next to the road. There's actually more hill there, and then it goes to
So
the
it is wide enough.
We could
squeeze
go
out of
on
it.
like the
is wide enough.
hillside of the tree and,
and
just roll.
duck down really fast.
Do a barrel roll.
Possibly, yes.
Okay, and since I'm scrying a location, do I see any figures on the road or any? Like I have it for 10 minutes. So.
You see in the 10 minutes, you see every once in a while there's just a small squad of like zombies with like one leader who's like a smarter undead that's just sort of marches past, and then because
Okay.
it's only 10 minutes, so they march past at one point. Yes,
Okay.
there was a squad of like
Been
5
zombies
dudes.
before.
Yeah, so I will snap after 10 minutes about Gallus Cry. So it's like, okay, I do see that tree you mentioned, Johanna. It's still alive. I did see a patrol go by once, but I think I can make sure that the portal is away from the road. So if we do go out, we will be a little bit hidden by that hill.
Would it make sense to go like either very early in the morning or very late at night?
From my experience with the undead, they don't really
that's
care
fair,
about
that's fair.
day-night cycles.
Yeah,
since they just
I just didn't know
run
if it would be
forever.
like less traveled at any point into the time.
I don't know.
I could at least have us all look like zombies under an illusion spell.
I mean, that may be a good idea. It'll still be weird if we're like
Coming out
of the tree.
That's
and we're doing just fine.
as long as we do that.
As long as
get
we
out of
don't
the
run into
tree.
smart zombies, it should be okay.
That's true.
Nala,
Zombies can't
we
talk.
cannot speak as zombies.
Yes. Damn.
That's what gave us away the last time.
But I mean, that's a good idea. So when are you planning on, or when are we heading out then? I do want to make my rounds for each of the groups and give my let's all kick ass, so to speak.
How long until you? How long will that take you, Johanna? I mean, I do think we need to sleep. I think first. I think having a good night's rest. Would
Well,
be
then
useful.
that works fine because the army itself will be mustering tomorrow anyway.
I
Great.
mean, I don't have the transport
Figured
the
more.
spell ready today, but I will have it ready tomorrow.
Fair
We
enough.
can prepare for what lies ahead.
Great. Then find something to do today if anybody needs any help or whatever. There are various new troops, apparently, who might need a little bit of training and stuff, too, if you want to help out in the training grounds. And various... Like, the infirmary has a few nicks and bruises, but it's mostly fine.
Here, put the arch up, Charles. Lightning bolt through it.
Yeah, just...
To 20 people.
You just want to heal everybody? Is that what you're saying?
Char.
20 people.
Okay.
I mean, I was going to just try to
100-foot
heal
lightning.
people the old-fashioned way, but okay.
But so for the rest of the day, unless there's anything specific y'all want to do.
I'll start another radiant bolt for Lilia. but
Sure.
I won't finish that till tomorrow.
Thank you.
Wait, you said potion?
What?
Do you say you're going to work on potion
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. It's about double. Thank
I can help you with that.
Yep, so you can count off 2 days.
Thank you. I'm still only 30% of the way.
Yeah, those take forever.
Yeah.
But it's nice having someone who
Yes,
did
no,
their
I
business on
appreciate it.
Chopin.
It's really helping. Thank you.
Oh, I miss my shop.
My question is because the days have been so long, and all of the events of them have blurred together. Do we remember which specific questions we have already asked while divining?
You made the flowcharts.
Well, yes, I did, didn't I? And it would have been smart if I had written down
Circle
the
the ones that you
answers.
did. And then
But unfortunately, I did not.
Well,
because I am not a smart
we
woman.
can listen back to the episode
yeah,
later.
that's all you got. There's,
Oops.
I'll be editing the next one next week.
I remember we got some maybe answers.
I just didn't know if anybody else had taken notes on them.
Well, what was one of the questions?
So one of the questions was, do we need to separate Sorna from the necromancer before we would resurrect her?
Okay.
One of the other ones that I think the two of the ones that we asked. One of the ones that we got an unclear answer on was, if we kill her and then resurrect her, do we get Sorna back and only Sorna?
Yeah, that's
that one was
Right.
unclear.
Okay.
Is my freezer working?
Yeah, I think what we got was we would need
Make sure my freezer's
someone else to fully extract Sorna from whatever is wearing her.
Yeah, and then I had the ones that I think that I did write down is is Shamash the only way to split apart Sorna / the necromancer? I did not write down whether that was yes or no, but
It's
I do.
no.
That one was no. Okay. I did have a follow-up question of, can we get her back without killing her, which I have written down in parentheses, technically. So that one we got an
That
answer
one made it
on.
sound like unless we fuck up.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so technically we can do that. And then, is there anything we just will do to assist the separation? And I think I don't have written down what that answer was, but I have to guess that the answer was probably,
Yeah.
maybe, if you're good.
We'll see.
And
Basically,
then,
yeah. Basically, what you figured
to
out
say?
was to separate them is the hard part because it's a god curse. So you need something with sort of god-like power. And you talked about talking to Shamash himself, bringing Ouijas in, talking to Anathiel. Those were your sort of three options.
Oh, and Nathaniel,
right.
that's
Thank
right.
you.
I forgot about Nathaniel. Oh, we were going to contact her, weren't we?
That was an option. You hadn't decided
Yeah.
whether you were doing it or not.
And
But yeah.
I know as an intermediary, like, I have feeble mind, but that's just temporary, you know, just try and make...
Yeah, and you can
the
knock down his intelligence. Yeah.
Just knock down his intelligence so he's not killing us with spells.
So our options were Pester Ouijas, some more. Pester
and hope that she
Shamash.
can do it. Pester Shamash has come up with some sort of deal. Or
And then Anathiel.
see if Anathiel can do it.
Do we have to have... Well, because I'm only like... Listen, like, me and being religious only goes so far. I mean, my God is my coworker. Do you have to have, like, a special connection with a god in order to, like, divine with them?
Well, I have a connection with Sylvanus, but I don't necessarily deeply worship him, like not like Kieran does with Ouijas or anything. It's just someone I contact for if I need a little more information and want to just...
But, like, you can only do that with Sylvester. You can't, like... You can't, like, do that with, like, another god because you're, like, tied to him in some way.
A little bit. I have the most kinship with him in his domain, so that's what lends itself.
Okay.
It's easier for me to contact him. It would be much more difficult for me to try my magics on other gods, and I'm just making that up as I go, Cameron. On
That
this world,
seems reasonable. Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like a reasonable assumption because so to contact Shamash, you'd just have to talk and hope, right? Or you could cast a spell and just try to aim your casting towards him, because God, like being devoted to a god is, you know, that allegiances can change relatively quickly.
Right.
And as in real life, I'm a polytheist. You can work with multiple gods.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
mind. But it just depends on who you want to.
Because, like, listen, while the attention has not always been good, I'm pretty good at getting the attention of gods. Unfortunately. So I am willing to try to yell at Shamash. I will throw myself on that sword. Or I can also, approach him being like, I was thinking of converting. Could you give me some more information?
That can't possibly
got a
go wrong at
pamphlet?
all.
Can you
Send me a pamphlet.
You got a mini pen.
Brochure.
Do you have a book?
Yeah, like I was just really hoping to like read some of your material.
Literature.
Do you have a prayer group meeting?
No, this
Is
is
there
just a
any way
fan
I
fiction.
can like do a confession? Dear
Well,
Father,
it's
I
only
have
getting
sinned.
Yeah, it's dirtier.
Listen, like I said, I'm really good at getting
kink?
God's attention. Hey. No, it's fake. But so like I can try to get a hold
Strong.
of Shamash, slide into his DMs as it were. But I didn't know if like there was a way to divine, because I can't with the amount of let's just call it spiritual fortitude that I have. I do not have the ability to divine shit. So-
For you, it would be just using your spellcasting modifier and seeing if you could contact him.
Oh, my spellcasting model.
Yeah, so charisma.
Fuck. Okay. Why did I open up Dropout?
But before anything else though, Johanna, that reminds me, I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
have you been in contact with Anathiel? We were hoping maybe we could try to leverage that. I mean, we've also cleared out the divination stone, so
That's good.
Morlos knows shit's happening.
Yeah. I mean, she checks in, but hasn't lately. It's no cause for
lately?
concern. I mean, it only was doing it once every
Yeah.
week or so. Anyway.
I mean, if nothing else, I can try to dream tonight and contact her that way.
I mean, we can also. I have the ability to sending, as does Kieran.
Yeah, just because we're going against the necromancer, I feel like we we should get all the help we possibly can.
I was about to say, like,
Makes
is there
sense
an
to me.
avenue that you'd like to try first, or should we just like try all of it and see what sticks?
Well, so the only one that you could really do, like, prior to being in the heat of the moment.
Heat of the moment.
Yes, that song. Would be contacting Nathaniel prior.
So we can't,
because
like,
Shamos, you could maybe try to contact him and like work out something, but yeah, I was imagining you doing it as the battle
In the
was
heat.
occurring.
Oh, okay. Because see, I didn't.
But you could also, I mean, I just wasn't thinking of it.
Yeah,
You could
well, 'cause
probably contact Shamos before.
Because I was thinking of contacting him beforehand because I didn't think that he would have any interest in separating the two of them unless something was offered first.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel
I
like
just
that
wasn't-
price would
my
be
brain was
very,
going.
very
we
high.
just, since Sorna used to belong to her, if she would do anything.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah.
It's going to be
It's gonna be a
rules is
roll.
written. It's a divine intervention, and hoping that you roll well enough.
I say we can at least, like, even if Nathaniel can't necessarily help with Sorna, I think it would be. I would like to have her at the battle. I think, if nothing else.
I mean, having a godlike angel on your side is probably pretty useful. Plus, she's pretty powerful.
Yeah. Do you think you could contact her?
Sure. Should I contact her to meet us if she wants to? If she's okay with Cal coming, should she meet us here or meet us there or what?
If nothing else, ask her, because I can dream tonight, and that sending is limited. So
Sure.
if you let her know that I can try to reach her tonight via dreams, maybe we can get more information then.
Okay. Okay. I'll gauge interest in a sending spell. And so she casts. I'm not going to say her side of the conversation. And after the sending spell, she's like, well, Nathaniel says things are really getting dicey for her anyway, so she needs to get away from her particular place.
Oh, that could be useful.
So she's willing to come help
Okay.
in some capacity anyway.
Okay. I'll get more details tonight then.
Head so
Mara's
round.
like, why did you stop?
Head so round, so empty.
But all right. So if you want to, but the question from before wasn't answered. Do you want her to come here? Like,
Well, that's what
deciding whether.
I'm gonna dream, and we're
all
gonna.
right. I guess
talk-
she'll ask you.
Yeah, I'll talk to her, and if there's anything you'll want me to ask or tell her tonight, please let me know before I cast a spell and everything.
I don't think so. Does she? She sleeps, right? Does she sleep? Do angels
Do angels
sleep?
dream?
Do angels
dream?
Well, Johanna told her that about that, so has to set it up for me. She needs to be asleep, so that's part of the reason for the sending.
Yep. I mean, you assume she does some sort of downtime.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And she's magical enough that she could probably detect something.
When someone is trying to communicate.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess I can try to contact Shamash. What do I tell him? Dude, would you like to do? I'm gonna throw up.
Not
think
me
I'm in a
personally,
different
but
room
Kieran
reading that
maybe.
book.
Well, I
Makes
like to say, I don't want
enchantment,
you
like
to
start the
contact him
enchantment
because
book.
I bet he can like smell Ouija's on you from a mile away. You know.
I feel like he'll be able to smell Ouija's on us a mile away at this point.
I mean, maybe.
As many times as I've healed and brought people
How-
back from the dead. And
But you have never brought me back from the dead.
yes, but I do heal you.
It's 500 total of the 50 gold chalk, and so no, you can't really
Lilia,
make it. You
it's-
got to buy it. It's gonna.
I didn't know if I had to make like one.
No, it's not one
500
giant
oh,
chalk.
Okay.
No, what it is a bunch of chalks that throughout the process get burned
Okay.
up.
Cool.
Like, it's not just one $5,000.
I just didn't know if I needed to create a separate, like,
No.
long.
It's like
I
a
think-
Coke can
I think I know
size
how to
piece of
contact
chalk.
him.
Lilia, it's
I
up
think
to
I know the bargaining chip.
Well, it's up to you, but I feel like Seamus may be a last resort, but...
Well, maybe, but also, Shamash isn't getting souls right now either.
Does he care about
Yes.
Yeah,
He's another
very
death
much,
god.
very much.
I thought it was like undead. Well,
No,
Lucia
this
doesn't
was
know.
a plan we had
He
like
is-
way back
from
when.
what I understand about my brief knowledge of like diving into Shamash bullshit, is he is like more of a god of violent death. He like is a god that goes out of his way for death.
And
so-
undeath is a perversion of it, so that works too. It's just anything
no
that's the
worries.
gross side of death.
Yes, so
Bad
if
guy
there is a
Ouijas.
war happening and he is not reaping the rewards from that, that should be a big red flag for him.
Okay, just be careful.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna like sell my soul or anything. I watched looks directly at Kieran.
Just don't tell him your whole name. Just parts of
I don't tell anyone my whole name.
You said it 2 sessions ago, and I forgot what it was.
I wrote it down.
Exactly.
I wrote it down.
Northern.
I only tell it to other nobles when I need to use it.
I'm the only one who wrote it down.
I recently heard it.
Yeah, I recently heard it because I edited the episode. But I forgot. I'm going to need it for world building purposes for Camp 2, but...
So I'll like kind of
Well, before you do anything, enhance ability. Charisma.
Fox is cunning.
Yes. And that's my last third level spell of the day.
More like, what does Fox Lilia say?
What does the fox say?
They have very high voices.
Yeah, they're
foxes.
like, they make like the
Yeah.
sounds.
Yep.
That's why I got vocal surgery, so I can make those sounds.
So you could be a fox.
And that reason alone.
That's it.
It's that and to imitate my cat, and those are the two reasons.
It's very important.
good reasons, though.
It's not like my career depended on it. Okay, so I'm gonna step away. So I have enhance ability on charisma. Does that give me advantage?
Sure does.
Sweet. Okay. So I am going to then go like step away a little bit just so I can like pretend like I'm meditative.
You find like a tent that's not being used.
Yeah. I like don't want to step too far away from the group in case like things go badly, but like
Sure. You all find a tent that's not very used.
Privacy.
Yeah. You were already in one of those, so yeah, it's fine.
hello Shamash. I don't believe we've ever tried to speak to each other before. However,
As far as you know.
we have encountered a problem that I believe you might be able to help us rectify, and we might be able to help you in the process.
Make a charisma check. With advantage.
She's trying to convince.
23. That's I add my charisma.
Just
is
charisma
like,
alone,
23.
Very good.
As you're sitting there saying this, takes like a second or like a minute. You open your eyes, and all around you is black. Your vision has gone completely black.
Excellent.
You sort of can still, you still feel like you're in the tent, but it's weird.
Okay.
And who might you be?
I'm Lilia, and I believe I can help you. It's not my full name.
Lilia. What can a mortal offer me? And what problem do you speak of?
The problem that I speak of is one I believe we are both facing. I believe you have been not receiving the same amount of souls that you are used to. And one of those things preventing you from receiving those souls is a merge of persons that you created.
If you are speaking of my greatest soldier, they are not a mistake, and are in place exactly where I want them to be.
So you are...
They are not the cause of the souls not getting to me.
Then what do you believe the cause is of souls not getting to you?
That would be a colleague of mine.
So your alliance has gone sour.
My alliance, through my champion, will grant me everything I wish.
Are you so sure
the
about
end.
that? You are the god of death, not the god of fate, after all.
You watch how you speak to me. For I am greater than even him who wishes to be implant himself so powerfully amongst the planes. I am older and smarter.
Well, I don't doubt you're smarter. I don't doubt you on any of that.
When Morlos's plan comes to fruition, I will simply enact my plan. And that requires my champion.
So you know about the machine, then?
Yes. I helped design it.
Great. Ooh, it's a mess.
Okay.
If you... I am always looking for champions.
Ooh.
To join with the most powerful of gods.
Ah,
Do you know him?
that's a nice offer.
Is your name Jesus Christ?
I've heard of this one guy.
She's like, I've got to start putting some notes down for my future novel, The Bible.
I have some marketing ideas.
The Bibble.
Bibble, you questioned the words of the mighty Jimmy.
The Bibli.
And I also know that my champion's current vessel is not going to last.
Yeah, it was falling apart.
She's breaking at the seams.
But said champion does need a vessel. And you are a lovely one.
I was waiting for that sound effect.
Don't worry, I've always got it.
Bad touch.
That is a fascinating offer. However, I am already a champion of someone else.
If I'm ever single again on a dating app, I'm going to use that phrase. That's a fascinating offer. Can you imagine how you would feel if you were shot down that way?
Like, is Mr. Spock talking to
Pick for pick? That is a fascinating offer.
If you wish to free the one, find me a better vessel.
Ooh. Okay.
I look forward to speaking again.
Ooh.
Ta.
Excellent. Death would say Tom.
She's like, I don't want to say that makes one of us out loud. But like,
Oh, man.
Well, at least we learned something.
Did we hear any of Lilia's
Goodbye
side
for
of that?
now.
I'm in a separate tent reading.
Well, I know, but those
Yeah.
are two in there.
No, you would have
I
just
was
seen
like in-
Lilia in a
Blank it
trance,
out?
basically.
Oh.
The wind's probably
Johanna
yelling at
walks
people.
over to you and
call
kneels
that a
down.
Swing.
You all right?
Well, he is unpleasant.
I'm not surprised
just
by that
vomits.
fact. Jesus.
Just leans over and
So, here's the tea. Actually, I want to get out of the tent. I don't know. I feel like he's still hanging around here. And I don't
Sure.
like it.
Let's find somewhere else.
Do I?
We'll
And I
walk
just
around.
can I do a self insight check if I
Insight
feel
check.
any?
How do I feel,
if I
man?
feel any extra presence?
Lingering presence? Sure,
Yeah.
make an insight check on yourself. A self-care check.
Self-care check. I'm rolling like ass. That's a 21.
Feels like it. You got. It's just feels because it was a weird
like the
conversation, but he is not.
Feels weird, man.
present in
Feels
you.
yucky.
Great. I just want to make sure he's not looming over, being wonder what this bitch is gonna say.
I mean,
now.
gods do tend to have some ability to tell what's going on,
Yeah.
so it's. But you don't know how much ability in particular he has.
Great. So he is working with Morlos and Sorna, being where she is part of his plan. His big grand scheme plan.
All right.
And he is looking actively for a new vessel. And made me just such a excellent offer that I could be the next vessel merged with the necromancer, which quite honestly sounds like a fate worse than death.
Doesn't sound really good.
No, it sounds very bad. I think the necromancer is a gross dude. From what I've heard, and I don't want him in my brain or body. That sounds awful. Anyways, I basically said, if you want Sorna free, or if you want the vessel free, then you have to find me a better vessel.
Ah. Well, that's interesting. Anybody have any vessel ideas?
I don't
Kieran
really
immediately is looking around. No. No.
Oh no!
No.
It sounds awful. I mean, you should already.
No.
You guys should already know by now that gods are my. I don't enjoy the hierarchical relationship of you do what I tell you to.
I
vessel.
wonder. I could ask my mother,
Mother dearest.
my
Mommy dearest.
my friend in the Feywild.
Oh, that's mommy.
Yeah. If I
Yeah, mommy.
if I accept something else into my body, would she be
Kieran,
the
you
one
are
that,
not being
No,
another vessel
I don't
either.
think you're on the list of.
You're at your limit.
I was just saying,
You're at
because,
capacity for
if,
deals.
If a patron's thing, play toy, gets yoinked, how mad would she be? Probably pretty mad.
I mean, probably pretty mad, but
you
I don't think
remember
this
how you
seems
were
like a
looking-
good plan, whatever you're thinking.
I feel like
I mean, it's your biscuit.
Here's the thing.
I'm just saying, I'm the oldest. I'll die soon anyway.
Kieran, you remember a moment
Hold
ago?
on. Hold on.
I also I don't want to I would feel a little like a body snatcher, forcing somebody into
Somebody else.
yeah, I don't want to be like
I wonder how the process goes. If we could
Well,
soldier
yeah.
yoink the
Yeah,
necromancer
during the transference,
During the
we
Ooh.
I mean,
either
our soul jar is
destroy
currently
or-
filled.
You'd need to get a
Trap.
soldier.
yeah.
If we got another soul jar,
We
we
could
could
just
do
dump
that.
the one out. One of the processed
Oh my
ones.
God.
One of the process ones.
but also
Or drink
Yeah.
it.
also here's the other point of
I'm
consideration.
still worried about that. Okay.
Is that obviously I don't know how easy
Wait,
is it
what
to
happened to
lie to
Salvador
these
guy?
gods?
Did it-
To the have the what?
I have him still.
no, you've got one soul. You just got another potion, another process soul.
Oh, okay. It just didn't contain
What were you saying?
Okay.
But if I don't really want to go find another vessel because that feels really icky inside.
What if the person's a real shitbag?
Well, but here's the thing: if they're a real shitbag, then we're going to have to deal with the necromancer in that person's body.
That's
as the
true,
vessel.
but then we could just kill him.
Right, but I don't want someone strong, but they have to be strong enough where Shamash would be like, "You dare bring me this weak vessel?" Because I can imagine that coming out of his mouth.
That makes sense.
Did I get to see him or just hear him?
You just heard a voice.
If we had someone that they thought would be a good vessel, we could totally try that soul transfer
situation.
Yeah.
That actually sounds like a
But
brilliant
also,
plan.
it is also worth noting that
Risky
like
one too.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
What have you
there's
missed?
too many
It's like you see it and
opportunities
you're
there, I
just
feel like,
having to
for
catch
things
it
to
in
go
midair.
wrong.
It's like a Mario Party minigame.
Yeah.
although, what if
Am I the only one
what if
who's
like we
ready
set
to
up like the
rumble?
soul transfer to happen and put the Arch of Phalanx right on top?
Right in front of him.
Yes. With that,
That'd be
like,
interesting.
here you go. The necromancer turned good. Uh-oh.
Why don't we hold off on solidifying any of those plans until I maybe talk to Nathaniel tonight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
This
please.
like, I mean,
It's all hypothetical at this
Shamash
point.
was great for information gathering, horrible
great.
for an actual solution.
Yeah, yeah.
Lilia,
let's get all the information first.
Lilia, are you feeling all right after that? And can I make an insight check on Lilia, how she's
Your passive's fine. She's fine.
Yeah, this is not my first go around
Okay.
with an
God's
evil god.
every other
About
week.
Lilia.
I was the first person more in our group Morlos talked to.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, that's
Do
right.
we reach
I forgot
out to
about that.
him.
I did because I didn't know who the fuck he was.
That happened before we recorded, but yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't know who the fuck. Yeah, so like Morlos. This is not my first time being
And
like,
he
oh,
was like, "Who the
Jesus."
fuck are you? How
And I was like,
dare
who the
you?"
fuck are you? And then he sent a Deva
Asked you
after.
first.
Yes. Back when Devas were a
okay.
threat.
Yes.
Still are.
Not really.
Not
There's a
us.
bunch of them.
Well, I think I'll call it for the night then, and I'm going to try to get in contact with Nathaniel.
Great.
Good deal.
You all find a place to sleep, and we're going to have a break there because I've had to pee for a while.
Yes.
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the mid-session announcements for episode 100 of Welcome to the Bone Era. That's so many episodes. It's the whole ass story. I mean, we're not done yet, but it's a lot of story. It's good. I'm excited. If you love this show and want to support us, head over to patreon.com/CameronEvesque-Davis. All that money goes back into this project and other artistic projects, but really, given the amount of money, it's definitely to this project. And if you like the music and ambiences I use, tabletopaudio.com is where to go for those. 100 episodes is a lot of episodes. We've been having some trouble scheduling lately as far as actually playing, but we are continuing. Hopefully, I will get the next one out in time. If there are even people who listen to these every other week, actually on time and as they come out. My cast assures me that it's normal to take breaks as a podcast sometimes, but I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna hope that we're gonna get on time because I think I don't know, I'm proud of releasing every 2 weeks no matter what. But anyway, thank you for sticking with us and listening to this story all the way to episode 100. Your support means the world to us. And without further ado, let's get back into episode 100.
Anywho.
You sleep. All of you hear this?
No, I'm joking.
I have nightmares.
That was a different center
Not
in the
today.
Shamash thing. I shouldn't have been.
I know you're part of this group.
Damn it.
No. You cast Dream
Yeah.
before you sleep. Mm-hmm. For Nathaniel. Mm-hmm. I need something light and dreamy.
Some harp.
Yeah, about to say dancing harp scales.
What's with this guy only writing dark music? Obviously.
Didn't you know Dungeons and Dragons is never happy?
Certainly not full of dick jokes.
You dream. Well, you cast dream. You're not asleep.
Nope.
Because that's how it works.
Yeah.
What do you make the dream look like?
I make it look like, honestly, like in Nathaniel's, where she took us after we all woke up from being high schoolers and finished a challenge. I'll recreate that.
Okay. So it's her mansion. And it's gorgeous and lots of white and clouds and fluffiness. You create that. And coming from one side of this ethereal mansion, through the light comes an Nathaniel. Her wings are folded up behind her. I noticed you were doing this. I was informed.
Yes.
Hello there. It is good to see you again, General Kenobi. It is good to see you again.
You as well, yes. We figured it would be easier to get more information across.
Yes.
Like this.
Slightly more easy than 25 words, for sure. I hear you wish for my aid, and as I informed Johanna, I do need to vacate my current premises.
What's happened?
Well, the conjuration stone was my task, and it has been removed from my father's essence. Or rather, the other way around. My father's essence was removed from it, and therefore the fake one that I am holding is fake as hell. So, my father does, of course, know that this is happening, but I was planned for this, so he will not catch me. But if I can aid you in any way, I will do what I can. What is the situation?
Well, not sure how much you're still connected with your father's network, but we've started liberating the camps. We've liberated Assemblage, Mythalore, I keep thinking Camp Cambiamento, but it's the other one.
It is
now.
on the screen.
I'm very far away, Cameron. I can't read it from here.
You need
I also
better
can't
glasses.
read it from here. I also can't read it from here.
Both of you should go to the eye doctor.
All my money's going to other health stuff.
Shut up, Jason.
And Camp
You see for free. If I think.
Yeah.
Camp Cambiamento, and we're about.
Yeah, my ring is all
We are
not
going
glasses
to
money.
hit the Necromancer's fortress, which is bound to be a difficult battle.
It sure is. I mean, I am willing to aid in the battle itself, but it sounded like there was something darker going on.
Yes, well, apparently,
An ethereal cat appears in the mansion.
I mean, yeah. Apparently, the Necromancer themselves is using the body that actually was an ally and a friend to the Bone Era.
Oh.
And she's being possessed by the actual Necromancer. We are hoping to try to release the Necromancer's hold on her, but it's done by great working of godly magic from Shamash.
Oh. Well, that sounds bad.
Mm-hmm.
I was granted a lot of the power that my father has in being created as I was. So I could certainly attempt to aid you in that.
Mm-hmm.
It would require me... it would require a sort of lengthy magical process, and I'd have to get pretty close if it's sort of a godly curse that I'd need to heal.
Mm-hmm.
So it would certainly be possible, but I'd have to get closer, like quite close, and then not like be attacked for an amount of time while I did the thing.
That cat seems quite
It's a very loving cat.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
I always
But now
have this
feels
one in my
emotional
dream.
support cat.
That's
yeah,
right.
I was gonna say I didn't create him, but yeah, must have a mind of his own in terms of dreams.
Aww. Rub's face is mine now.
Are you DMing?
Please.
Yes.
Please,
I
meow.
do think I'll have your
Field
friend
made
back.
of catnip.
Yes.
So if you were to be there, ideally, we would have to protect you and try to keep him occupied.
Yes, that's right.
We need to make a photo album of just me and Cameron and cats while DMing.
Yeah.
Hey, you
I
drooled.
hold Fluff like a baby pretty regularly during
All right. Well, we are about. I'm gonna get the Bone Era closer to Camp Cambiamento earlier because I have those capabilities, but
Yeah.
the rest of the army is going to get there in around 5 days' time.
All right.
Is the plan. So I'm assuming we're going to do the main assault then.
Right. Well, so where should I meet you?
We will be aiming for a tree that's near the lake. I described the tree as I saw
You
it.
make it in the dream. It's a dream.
Oh, that's right. Look. Big brain. Big brain
You
explosion.
say,
That's right. We will be appearing around here tomorrow.
All right.
But we're arriving early so we can stay low and maybe get some more information and scout
Fair.
things
Would you
out.
like me to join you there, or meet up with you with the rest of the army? Should I check in with them? What do you suppose is the best option here?
I suppose the best option, it would probably be best for you to stick with us because we will be the strike force dealing directly with the necromancer.
All right.
So, if you can meet with us, again, Johanna will be with us, so if you would like to contact 25 wards, because we have the basic idea now,
Fair.
so
Well,
if you can reach us, is there anything we can do to help you to get out of? I know you said you have contingency plans, but...
I am powerful enough to transport myself wherever I need to go, and I may not look precisely like myself when I arrive.
Well, I think we all quite remembered you being a redhead for a certain period of time in high school.
I won't look like her, but yes, I will look more human and less angelic, and an attempt to masquerade my, well, actual self.
And so the plan is to try to keep you and your presence hidden and hopefully take out the necromancer, and assuming we succeed in all of this, what are your next steps?
I suppose I will continue joining the challenge and assist with fighting my father.
A new challenger.
You would be a welcome and powerful ally. I'm glad that my words got to you that day.
I don't command an army anymore. It is just me, but I have a lot to make up for.
Yeah, sometimes it all just takes one person. And we'll accept any help we can get.
Great. Get some sleep. I will see you in the morning.
Good night. And I wipe away the dream.
You awaken in the camp. You go to bed.
Yeah. Before I sleep,
Okay.
sorry, or like either when I wake up, it doesn't really matter.
fine.
It's not really.
I gotta look at
I just since I successfully contacted Shamash, I'm going to try my luck and try to contact Yaren.
Okay.
Much in the same way, just being like, "Hey, asshole, are you back from the past yet?"
Oh my god.
Still, any moment now.
Like,
as,
literally.
as Uas and or the Skindula would say. Any moment.
Let me open my document here.
That was a moment ago. I was listening to that session a moment ago.
Yes. I was just riffing on the same Brennan Lee Mulligan elves going, "You have only just arrived."
You've been here.
She's been doing that for 400 years. I'm just refreshing myself on what I had written about what Yaren's up to. I just had to remind myself of what the fuck I had written. I like that, though. Good job, past me. You do get a response.
Oh my god, is it an answering machine?
And he says, "Hey, bitch, yeah."
Oh my god!
Hey, bitch. Yeah, it's hard to do in a sort of Irish accent.
I would probably get
Oi,
called
bitch.
not a bitch in an Irish accent.
Right. Oi, cunt. Yeah.
There we go. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah,
Perfect. Love it.
Yes, I am. I have learned some great and important things, and I'm currently... I will let you know as soon as I can. As soon as I know the absolute specifics, but I think I know how to kill a god.
You wouldn't be able to, like, come and, like, help separate, like, a god-infused curse, would you?
Seems way low on the list of my priorities, to be honest.
Ah, well, damn.
Fair.
All right. Figured I would ask. Trying
You're
to
just
check out-
hearing a voice in
Yeah,
the
no, it's
air.
like it's just like, like people just wander around their house talking to their gods.
I do it all the time.
Yeah. No, we're just trying to take care of the necromancer, and we gotta separate that shit first before we can really deal with it. I tried talking to Shamash. It went terribly.
Great. Well, once you finish with that, meet me. I forgot the name of the place. Meet me in. What's it called? Abruxon. Meet me in Abruxon,
Sweet.
capital city of Penchard.
Ah. All right. I'll put it on our list.
Great. See you then.
All right. Bye.
Don't die.
Glad you're alive.
Then you go to sleep. Then you all wake up. Why are you breathing so heavily?
Laughing. Concerned.
Concerned.
Do I have time to do a morning enchantment to finish? her
Depends on
arrow?
what y'all are doing. You wake up bright and early.
I would begin, but I'm
You gather together. Johanna's like, all right, yesterday I gave everybody a good pep talk. We're going to win this
You
battle.
did great.
Yeehaw.
Guess who came back from the past?
Is it me?
No, Yaren's finally back
Yaren's
on
back.
back
Okay.
in on a
Great.
plane of existence.
That's good.
Yeah, just thought you should be updated
Hopefully he
since he
figured
kind of went
something out.
AWOL for a while.
Yeah.
All
Are we
right.
leaving?
Who's ready to go to the Bone Palace?
Me. I could take us there, and I assumed update to everyone about my conversation with Nathaniel this morning.
You are all aware?
Very
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Love that.
There we go. All right.
Yes, so current options are Divine Intervention with Ouijas, to just try and get rid of it.
I'll do
Then
my
and there.
best.
Find a vessel for Shamash. Protect Anafiel for an amount of time while she does the spell.
I vote option 3.
Okay.
I vote 1 and 3. Start with 1, then go 3.
Okay. Is
1
everyone-
and 3 simultaneously.
And oh my god.
Oh my god.
All I know is that 2 seems like a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It is the most dramatic, though.
It is the most dramatic. I'm not. I
Next
don't
note
want
for myself:
that.
find a way for 1 and 3 not to win. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Force 2. Door number 2.
This is when we have a
Fuck
villain
you.
arc and we sacrifice Vidar.
Oh, thank goodness I found you all again. What are you doing? Horrifying.
You know,
I miss Vidar so much.
I'm never going to see him again.
Nathaniel has a lot of influence.
Vidar is the next camp, right?
Power.
He is in the next
He is
game.
yeah.
Okay.
Who is Vidar?
Vidar's
Yeah.
in Cambiamento.
Cambiamento.
It's all the
Sick.
Magic Universe.
Oh, never mind. I thought you said something else. Sorry.
Anyway, everyone ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Are we making ourselves zombies first?
Yep.
Ugh.
And remember, when we are around other zombies do not talk,
Well, I think they groan a bit, but they don't talk.
but
yeah.
they don't speak.
Yeah,
So we can make noise.
we can grunt at each other.
We cannot talk. Very good.
We could still use
Got it.
message.
Very good, darling.
And I'm going to shuffle
I'm watching The Walking
7
Dead.
sorcery
Yeah,
points to bring that 5th level back.
Once we leave
No, that's
2,
fine.
I have. If we all want to walk very close together, a 10-foot radius where undead things can't pass it.
How long does it last?
No.
Great.
Can't pass it. Does it just shove them away?
I think so.
What's it called? What are you looking at?
It's a bubble.
Anti-life shell?
Anti-life shell doesn't follow.
Oh.
But that might be a good thing to have in battle.
Yeah.
It's really useful.
That's something to do in a moment.
If we need to like keep if we need to keep that in place for an Nathiel.
Yeah, Nathiel, like that could really help. Yeah.
There we go.
How do you? Where are the? How do I?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're asking.
But let's go through this. Let's go. Let's go through this
Spell
tree.
that, and where are the hyphens and things? 'Cause
There's
I-
no hyphen.
There are no hyphens. It's a 5th level. If you're looking at my
Anti-life is one
sheet.
Yes.
Word. Oh, that's where I.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Oh, it doesn't move. It does move. It does move with you. You're right. Remain centered on you. That's cool. They got the wrong code. That's good. The barrier prevents an affected creature from passing.
other than-
Cast.
I was gonna say it's anti-life shot. That's what I thought.
Other
It doesn't
than undead.
affect undead.
Yeah, it wouldn't work
It
on
affects things that are living. That's why it's
But I
anti-life.
sure can still turn undead.
You sure
Sure
can.
you do that.
But
All right.
still, that was. If we can figure out something maybe like that for Nathiel.
Try and get a lich to roll a wisdom
Go
save
through.
below 16. Or good luck.
God.
Let's go through this tree.
Okay, everyone ready? We only have 6 seconds.
Let's do it.
Okay, and Lucina takes her staff, once again traces a line down the tree, and it opens up in golden light for our portal.
We could do. We can do.
You rush through.
And immediately drop and roll.
No idea what this track sounds like, but it's called Zombies! Exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark. Zombies.
Super casual.
You pour through the tree, sort of all ducked down. The portal closes. As you're sort of ducking down and the portal closes, you hear shuffling some 15 feet away on the path. On the path, heading south, heading back towards the city.
Pass without a trace.
Whoosh, pass without a trace. Everybody makes stealth checks.
Plus 10.
Okay.
30.
Oh, Johanna, it's your turn. Wow, she has a plus 14 to stealth. She is very hidden.
27.
I have a plus 14 to
Roll of my life.
37.
But isn't Johanna a bard?
Yeah,
She's just got expertise in it,
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I took one.
19.
though. Okay.
37.
28.
Yeah. Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
27.
Yeah. Johanna rolled a 35. Yeah, so very much hidden on the side, this sort of hill that heads down. You hear the very slight waves of the lonely lake lapping at the shore. As you sort of duck down, a group of 5 zombies, one sort of leader zombie, and 4 other zombies shamble past, not noticing any of you as they continue shambling south into the city. As they pass you by and you sort of wait for a while and you move up just to look to see where you're going, you see this massive wall made of stone and bone mixed together, and that wraps around the outside of the castle, or of the city itself. And Johanna's like, we didn't have a bone wall before.
Would you keep it though?
I mean, kind of want to, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would keep it.
It's pretty badass.
It is. I
Are
do
these-
wonder
do you
how
think
those
they're
bones were
ethically-
sourced.
Yeah.
This might be a grim thing
Save
to
mine.
keep, though.
I doubt they're ethically sourced bones, yeah.
Yeah, that might cause
Probably some
some
sort of like
issues.
reparations
Is there a
you could
cave
maybe
or
pay
somewhere
and
around
keep
here
them.
that
Yeah,
you
it's
would-
fields.
Memorial bone walls.
Yes,
Anywhere
that's
that
a
you
good
would recommend
idea.
to set up a base camp, because we're going to be scouting here for a day.
This is, I mean, if we can get into the city, I know some places, but it's pretty dangerous in there.
Can I look around for anyone looking like could possibly be a Nathiel?
You look around. Currently, you're alone, so
Okay.
you assume she has not arrived. But you look at this is open fields, as was described
if-
by Johanna,
if
right? It's a
we-
lake plus open fields.
Just quick sidebar for all of us. If we get into the city and we're looking for a place to hide, and you take us somewhere, I can sense undead within 60 feet of me.
Well,
If we need to know if somebody's like in a house or something.
I mean, personally, I think, it makes sense to set up a little sort of base, a safe house inside the city. But our actual strike was supposed to be using the military attack as cover.
Got it.
So we'll be spending a few quiet, dangerous days.
But
if
we
that's
can-
okay with everybody.
but if we can scout while we're doing that and
That might
keep
help.
low, then that could be beneficial.
Might be able to find some people. And that's what
I don't know if this might be something that you would recommend, but from reading this new book that I got from Nigel, I could possibly create a stable teleportation sigil in the base camp if we want to draw more individuals into the city. It will last about a week.
How would
at
we
the
get
least.
the sigil
the
to
problem
them?
is how would you show the sigil to the other people?
We'd have to. I could teleport back to the company. Oh wait, they're moving.
Yeah,
It's only going to be a couple days.
it's fine.
Okay.
5 days.
Oh. Well.
But that's kind of a good idea. If we got a strike mission, like you could directly put people inside the city.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. But we need some chalks, right?
I do have 15 chalks, and that is over. If it's store value, that's over 500. But if that's by enchantment value,
that's right.
that's less than
15. Are they 50 gold each?
50 gold value store, but they're 25 to make. So I don't know which.
50 is store
Okay.
value is what matters. So you
yeah.
have enough to make one of them, yeah. Well, if we can, so that's a good idea. So back when I was a kid, there were sort of back way along the lake that might still exist. That I used to sneak out. So hopefully that still exists, but I don't know. And inside there are some places that I know should be really basically unknown to most people because they were like my friends and I hiding spaces.
Lucina, could you dream the sigil design to the general?
I could. Also, just so you know, while we're here, I did prepare spells that if we need to make a quick getaway, if there's a wall or something, I can make the wall go away and then come back, and we can sneak through there.
That's useful. Does it work on bone?
Oh, fuck, I didn't think...
it's bone and stone.
honestly, like that
I meant inside the city.
Bone
I
and
meant
stone. Have you heard of my new band, Bone and Stone?
I didn't mean this bone wall, sorry. I'm also looking at spells for preparing for Lucina.
No worries.
But
The
I
bones
do have that.
technically count as like the same sort of skeletons like Kieran can control. Can you like control the wall?
I don't know
Well,
if
you
that works
imagine
on
that the
individual
wall
bones.
was built through magic similar, right? It was
That's fair.
but you're not up close. You may see some
Yeah.
interesting things about that bone wall when you
At
get there.
least
Jesus.
in the city, I can get us into like any buildings to hide away, and even maybe create a little alcove for us that no one else could get into.
That might be even better than trying to find a building because I don't know what the place is like anymore.
Right.
If we can make ourselves a cave or make ourselves a basement,
Yeah.
find a basement and hide
Just
it.
anywhere that we can, fortify and easily get in and out. And if possible,
I mean-
if people are able to teleport in, if we're able to set this
I could
thing
be a
up.
badger mole again. I just say badger mole. We're not an avatar. I could be a badger again.
Lilia and Shar, you notice there's like a bumblebee flying around.
Oh, that's odd.
That's very odd.
It's like conspicuously sort of near you, floating.
I'm allergic.
It lands on like Shar's shoulder.
Is it?
I try and catch it.
You catch it.
Okay.
What's going on?
There's a bumblebee.
Suspicious bumblebee.
And Nathiel?
Can you?
If it's not an Aphiel,
Buzz
we should
once
definitely
if
kill.
you're an Aphiel.
Just sort of jumps off the ground a bit and lands again.
Well, that tells me. Was there a delay though? Like,
No, I mean you said buzz once and it went.
Can I do an insight check to determine if that is an apple?
On the bee?
Yes.
Sure. Make an insight check on the bumblebee.
Yes. I'm going to use my bumblebee dice for this.
Perfect.
How do we know the bee isn't lying
and
to
guidance.
us?
I'm like, I don't think the necromancer would send some, or like a Shaymarsh would send a cute little bumblebee after us, but like
21.
What was that?
21.
21? Man, this sure is a bumblebee.
God fucking damn it.
You don't know bumblebee facial expression.
Can I at least like hold out my hand from Shaw's to see if it will like accept?
It like goes over,
Okay.
sort of sniffs over and walks on.
Have we been stationary? Have we been walking?
Do bees speak
in a
English?
direction?
Bees do not speak
Common.
If I cast comprehend
If I
languages,
can
could
I like
speak
can I like
bee?
stare at the so like the bumblebees have antennas, right?
I feel like this is probably an
Yeah.
feel, guys.
I think so.
I do think so
believe
too,
so.
but you can't. I just talked to a really evil god. I can't be
Paranoid,
too sure.
But do you think it does?
You
He
think
seem
I
like
live
the
this
type
long?
who would change himself into a bumblebee.
That's what he wants you to think.
Yeah, they have a little antenna.
There he is.
Aw.
All right, so I have this little bumblebee, and I'm like, can you wiggle your antennas if you are a Nafiel? Okay, great.
Okay,
Thank you so
great.
much. Thank you so much. All right. Do you want me to put you somewhere? Do you want to fly? Where do you want? Okay, I'll let you take care of yourself.
Flies a little away and then sort of seems to look around. It flies to various areas and then just shifts into a. She looks maybe mid-20s, brown hair
It's fine with these.
woman.
Bunch of zombies around.
Hello.
Can you change yourself to look like this? It might blend in better.
I had to make sure I wasn't talking to the wrong zombies, you see.
That's fair.
Yes, that's
Well,
fair.
we're talking, so that
there
kind
you
of
go.
gives
It's
it
a
away.
sort of dead giveaway.
Good one.
All right, I can make myself into a zombie, yes. And she does.
Could also turn you invisible, but
This is fine.
It's fine.
I apologize for the bumblebee.
Oh no, it was very cute. I just didn't know what would, very nice and fuzzy. It's the first time I've seen a bumblebee in ages.
Yeah, they're not really around.
I feel like the bees all died.
No,
I read a
they're
whole book
around.
on insectology.
Oh, maybe they're just gravitated towards me. I don't know. I've seen bees around.
It was one of my favorite books was reading about the bees. I liked them. Did you know that honey is bee vomit?
Yes. It's quite
I knew
delicious.
it was
bee vomit.
excrement, but I didn't know it was vomit.
It's vomit. They chew the pollen, then they swallow it, then they throw it back up, and they chew it more.
Is it like really vomit, or is it more like how like cows
That's sort of a
have
cut,
like
I guess,
multi
yes.
stomachs?
Yes,
Anyway.
reading is fascinating.
It is.
Knowledge is fun.
Anyway,
Are you familiar with the camp layout?
absolutely no idea.
No idea.
All right.
Not really my purview.
Well,
I am here to follow your lead.
Okay, well, we're
I see
trying
that we are alone, as assumed. So the army is on its way. Yes.
yes, there's going to be probably around 5 days until the army arrives. We're here early to help scout things out and hopefully get some things put in place
figure
for
out
the
what
strike
they're
mission.
making.
Great.
Yes. But first, we do need to find some place to settle ourselves within the city. As we're looking around the city, and I know we're like outside of it, does it seem like the city has the same kind of like magic detection or prevention that the actual camp itself has?
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay, so like if we are teleporting in and out of the city, somebody might notice.
Maybe teleportation was sort of harder, but you didn't have a circle inside. Oh yeah, you did. You did have the circle inside the camp. So how did I decide it? Because assemblage, what happened was people teleported into assemblage and immediately got caught, but you couldn't teleport out. So teleporting in was okay.
Okay.
So,
But but that's on the city itself, not just specifically on the
probably outside of it would be different. Yes. There's like a magical barrier over
Yeah.
the city itself.
It's built into the wall. That's what the bones are for.
That's what the bones are for.
All right, says Johanna. Would you like to see if my way in is still available? Are we trying to go in?
Let's-
And finding a place, a basement,
Yes.
a cave?
Yes, that's
or-
exactly it.
Yeah.
Lead the way, Johanna.
All right. Stick with me.
That's what I tried.
Yeah,
It's still on.
Yeah,
Still
I know,
going.
but I'm just making sure. You
Sure.
know, just as we're
You
going.
you keep it up. I'll let you know if an hour goes by. You walk over to sneak over. I'll use those same rolls just to get up to the camp or to the city itself. As you get over there, you're sort of following the lake and trying to stick down. There are various patrols, but you easily sort of sidle past them, or masquerade as another random group of zombies. Because as you're looking around, there are also just random undead around, because
They all came.
Various ones came from Benvenuto, but also it seems like the necromancer just summoned as many as possible, and some of them are organized, and some of them are just there.
Proxy buried.
It's just everything that was dead is now walking around.
Are there like dogs? Things?
Oh yeah, is it
Cats?
mostly humanoids? Just humanoids?
It's mostly humanoids. Yeah.
I just feel like if you're gonna bring to life every skeleton in the city, there's like full gardens of dead cats,
It's mostly humanoids.
rabbits, and guinea pigs.
The entire guinea pig
hamsters.
battalion is elsewhere.
Birds.
Family pet cemetery.
But you make your way over to the wall. The wall extends all the way down to the lake, but there are still drainage pipes and things.
Excellent.
As you get up to the wall, all of you look at this wall, and you immediately get an
That's a wall.
extremely unsettling feeling because you watch the wall and the bones themselves moving ever so slightly. The rib sections seem to be breathing. The finger parts that are just made up of random amalgamation of bones, the fingers are moving, and there are skulls that are just sort of...
Oh, I hate that.
Do not like.
I hate that. Do not
That
want.
makes sense.
It's a bad wall.
Bad wall.
Johanna
You know what I said
leans
about the
over
wall?
to Dan, so
I take it all back.
I'm not
I take it all
keeping
back. No,
this
you don't
wall
keep
in
this
any
wall.
way.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Fucked up if you did.
But that drain pipe right
No
there is
borders.
the same drain pipe as we had before. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze, and it was when I was 16 too.
If there's a single finger sticking down in this drain pipe, I'm out.
Well, it's our only way in.
I will not get grabbed by hands.
Grabbed by the ghoulies.
Honestly, I know that we said no every single time the last time, but now might be a good time to be something smaller.
Yes.
Nieces? I don't have that spell prepared today.
Oh no.
She's like, mother.
You assholes!
Well, I was. Well, no. I already said it. I was looking through my spells. Was like, I'm not taking.
No, this is way funnier.
Love that.
Let me see if I can do anything else that can help us.
Oh my god.
I can.
You know, it didn't really work out last time. So
I think
was
only
like,
Shaw can.
No.
probably
I mean,
say
that's a
10 out
perfectly
of 10.
fair. It's a perfectly fair thing. I know that we
Johanna
didn't
could
want it
barely
last time.
fit when she was
16, and
Not
I mean,
all not gonna
I said it
fit.
was a
Not
tight
fitting.
squeeze. I didn't say I could barely fit. It's like, you know.
but I mean, and like
My wings.
gestures to Kieran with like basically
Yeah.
everybody who's
That's fair.
Wearing armor.
I can't see any of that,
Well,
but I do
I
know what
can-
all of you look like.
I can transform one of you into an animal for a short period of time.
same here.
For those of us that are
So
noisy.
probably
Just go right under
Okay.
and
So it's
pops
big
up on
beefy
the other
boys.
side.
big
Okay.
boys. Yeah.
All right,
so
let's go.
The drain pipe heads
beefy girl and
into
our
one of
beefy
the
boy.
streets on the eastern side.
Okay. I can fly over and bring one person with me.
No.
No
I
flying.
know.
It's going to be very obvious.
So can I take a peek in the
Just try fitting through the pipe.
can I just take
don't even go in the pipe.
Can I just take a peek into the
You
drain
look
pipe
into the
and like
pipe,
see how
you
big
see
it
60
is?
feet. It's dark,
Okay,
but
yeah.
you see 60 feet through.
If you
It goes pretty a ways.
Yeah.
Because it is the drain pipe for one of the major streets.
if
Right,
you
yeah.
want,
She never said it was
I-
impossible. She said it would be
Right.
unpleasant.
But we have shields. Like I don't know. I'm like if they're like a person. Like will my shield fit through?
The shield will
with-
fit through. It's
Okay,
it's
okay,
you know
okay,
it's 4 feet. I mean, but it has narrower sections and stuff. So it's not a perfect drain pipe. It's a dug drain hole.
Okay. See, I was picturing like
No,
little
no, no, no.
hole that you would already have to army crawl through.
No, that gives me anxiety. We're not doing that.
Okay, great. Yeah.
I
Okay,
am
cool.
claustrophobic enough.
Never mind. We're fine.
You can probably make it through. It'll just be a tight, obnoxious squeeze. and
Kieran?
stealthing will be a thing, right? You'll have
yeah. Kieran, what would you like to be?
No, I don't think it's
I think
needed
it-
now.
to. Still helps.
Yeah. Would you like
The
to be
smaller
anything?
people can easily make it.
Just because
Try. How much can my wings like scrunch
For you,
up?
you'll scrape the hell out of your wings if you.
Yeah,
go
maybe
there.
you should.
Yeah, I might need to. I'm probably gonna need
lanky.
to turn into something.
I'm
I
a
can be
lanky guy.
carried. If someone can carry me, if someone's so, can I be like a gerbil or a hamster?
Yeah, and put you in my bag.
When you turn people into animals, do they like?
Or no, like
do they keep
Vinci,
the
can you turn-
faculties?
No, I already asked that before.
they would keep their faculties if I was using that very powerful spell.
Okay,
that
but
I
not
used.
not the one that you're planning on using.
No polymorph.
Okay.
no.
Okay, great. 'Cause that's the one
Yeah,
I can do
I-
too.
yeah.
And I just didn't know if it.
Yeah,
if
just
you
tabletop
had one.
polymorph. I do not have animal shapes.
Okay,
today.
great. I just know.
Well,
like,
we can
animal
turn it
shapes
all
are
into a
little.
gerbil then.
It's like really,
anything
really.
carryable.
Something.
I would like
carriable.
to be Vinci, but I know that's a dragon. So
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit much.
Yeah.
I think you can be a little.
We'll have to keep our hold of you because I don't believe gerbils are very smart.
That's the thing, man.
Well,
So don't let me run away.
You could also like be something that's smarter.
What do you
That's also
recommend?
small.
Rats
and
are
maybe
very
could
smart.
walk on their own.
What do you recommend?
Just to let everyone know,
Rats are good.
if I do
Cats?
polymorph, then I can't do pass without a trace.
Okay.
Right.
I can polymorph.
I mean, we're here.
If we're
I can polymorph Nala and then win. Good luck.
Great. All right. All right.
Nala is sort of bigger.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
yeah,
And that feels like you have an interesting group.
you should have seen when we broke into Exum.
Wait, let's see.
In
many
Nala's
alligators.
head, she's like, "You have an interesting family."
All right. Nala, do you have any preference to what you would like? Would you like to be something
Portable and carryable.
carryable? Okay. Do you? Okay, I know like rats are like pretty smart in like our world. Are
Sure
they
are.
like D&D smart?
I don't believe they're D&D smart. but
Okay,
that's
like I'm pretty sure
What
like
about,
in
like,
D&D they're still pretty
squirrel?
stupid.
I mean,
I was a squirrel already, but
but rats will sit on someone's
you
shoulder.
know what I could also make you,
You should be a
that would like maybe be a little bit more beneficial? I could turn you into a bat.
Oh, okay.
Or something we could put a leash on. No offense.
Why do we need it?
none
No, I
taken
think
care
no.
of.
Bats and rats are equally as intelligent.
Oh, cool.
I mean,
But bats have
Yeah,
blind sight.
I'll definitely be a bat.
Great. You ready?
Yes. Okay.
What kind of bat?
A giant 4-foot tall fruit bat.
fruit bat. Perfect. That's so helpful.
No, I was. Oh my god.
Vampire.
Yeah, I was thinking like your stereotypical like smaller fruit bat
Cute,
size.
cute
yeah.
little bat.
I'm also going.
You remember like your friends and stuff. Basically, what you're doing.
I'll fly up onto Lily's shoulder.
No.
I feel like if I was in my
Try and
normal form,
do my
this
own.
would like look really appropriate.
Yeah.
If y'all don't mind, I'm also going to change shape, just and, but just to make things a little bit easier. But you will still have pass without a trace on you, and just in case, I'm going to re-up it again before I,
Okay, you didn't need to cast it 3 times, but once more here. Now that you've got up to
yeah,
the city,
exactly.
Once
Because once I transform, then I'm not going to be able to cast it because I'll be an animal, but it's going to last for an hour. So I'm going to change into an ice spider. which is a
Sure, whatever.
what kind? It's a large beast, but
A large beast. It's not fitting through this pipe.
oh, I figure a spider. Okay, then not a nice spider. Then
A normal spider would
don't
be
wanna be
fine. A
normal
nice spider's like Shelob.
I'll be a rat. I'll be a
Okay.
rat.
Sure. Rat appears.
You know, and I can scout ahead and sneak. Not scout ahead because pass without trace, but just at least keep an eye out.
I'm gonna fly on top of Kieran's hat.
Just hang off of
A bat on a hat.
Okay. You all sort of go into crouch mode and start sneaking your way through the pipe.
I'll be your
Given
echo
that
eyes.
this pipe goes underneath various houses, various streets and stuff, and because it's very
I'll hit
difficult,
your
even though
left
you're
if you
in
need to go
Skyrim
left.
sneak
I'll hit
position,
your right if you need to go
it's
right.
actually very hard to sneak like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to walk like
It's hard to walk like that. It's a video game staple, and it does not make sense.
Nala's gonna be my eyes in the dark.
Okay. Well, all of you need to make is making echolocation noises.
Are you a bat?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's leading
Everybody
me
make
so tunnel.
a stealth check with disadvantage.
Well,
Plus
I already
10.
do.
Do I have to roll? Or?
What about us
being
two?
carried.
Because we're okay.
Animals are fine.
Okay.
26. We just loves me.
33.
24.
Oh, right. I'm rolling for other people.
For disadvantage? Damn.
Yep.
Squad.
Johanna's invisible.
17.
Raphael.
Wait, do we
Rolled
still
a
have
natural
half
one.
You do, so plus 10.
Oh,
Yes.
never mind. Then I have
33.
34.
And Raphael rolled a natural 1, but that's okay.
Wow, amazing. It's 17 because I rolled a 2.
But she's actually just kind of floating above the ground weirdly. No, she can't because she can't use her wings, so she is walking and not doing it very well.
She doesn't know how to walk.
But everybody else is doing it.
She doesn't know how to shuffle.
29.
Yeah, great.
She's never played a video game. Sorry.
But that good rolls with passed out of the trace. Your spell uses not only the darkness to conceal, but also it makes dripping noises in the right moment so that it sounds like it's just the normal drain pipe draining. And you make your way through the pipe.
Downtown.
It's a tight fit. It's uncomfortable. When you're you hear scrapes of the armor on the side of it sometimes when it gets tighter and whatnot. But Johanna's like, all right, everyone. Shh. This is where it's got a ladder. It should go into an alley, not the main street. Does it? Rats can't climb ladders.
They can't?
You're a rat.
Fuck, I thought rats could do that. Okay.
Not real. Not human-sized ladders.
In what way?
I don't know, they scurry.
The bat can, though.
My vote
Well,
is
that just flies, right?
Just getting carried. I don't care.
my vote is
Just
Johanna.
enjoying being on top of the hat.
Somebody can go. If somebody could go up, I mean, I can see pretty well.
Shaw. So
Sure.
sorry.
All right.
Fine.
Yeah, sure. You sort of
I-
squeeze past.
I go into Shar's pocket just so I make sure to
Fair enough.
plus 10.
Great.
You head up the ladder.
Okay.
Push the top up a little bit. Make a perception check.
Do the thing.
The rogue is
28.
roguing.
28. With your keen elf eyes, you see
Boo.
back towards where the lake would normally be. It just hits the wall, another bone wall. There's an inner bone wall to where the bone castle is.
Okay. So we have one more wall between us and the castle.
Yes, and then, or that's the actual side of
Right.
So the castle's wall, and then on the other way, further west, you see on the street a few entranced magical individuals. You assume, but they definitely look entranced, being sort of guided very slowly down the street by a group of sort of undead, ghostly things that are guiding these magical beings, and the entranced people are just staring straight forward, never blinking, just walking, and they move past. In the distance, you hear whoopsh, and various noises of oppression.
Have everybody seen the Lord of the Rings animated thing?
Yes.
Where there's a whip, there's a way. It's so terrible.
We don't want to go to war today.
It's just every time I hear a
have
whip
not.
sound, that is it. I will
What?
send the video
Have you seen
also
this?
to the group chat.
It's so dumb.
Incredible. Worry.
Whenever I hear a whip
Rankin and
sound,
Bass, Return of the King.
I will teach
whenever
you.
I hear a whip sound, I think sand, mud, and water deliver us.
I search it enough on my phone that when I type in "where" into YouTube, it automatically.
I think Jason Marnoka showed me where there's a whip, there's a way.
There's a whip, there's a way.
Of the 9 fingers.
Anyway, you hear sounds of oppression. You see a group walk past, and in the sky you see various ghostly individuals, ghostly beings, sort of sometimes visible and sometimes not, like they appear and they're and then fly away and disappear into the ether. It's like the air here could potentially have ghosts at any moment.
Ghost air.
Ghost air.
Have you heard my new band?
It's a pretty good name.
Ghost air could
They
be
open
anywhere.
for Bone and Stone.
But that's what you see. It's busy-ish. There's certainly lots of undead looking out, seeing if anything's amiss. But this alley is currently unpopulated by anything.
Great. Okay.
For now.
Do undead seem to be traveling like on their own or like in
There's
groups?
often groups that
Okay.
walk by, and
Okay.
often those groups are either groups of like soldiers here where we're guarding this place, or they are guiding various entranced wizards and whatnot to wherever they need to go.
Okay, I see.
And then there are the ghostly guards in the sky.
Got it. Okay.
What do you see?
Lots of undead things.
All right.
There's a bit of a way we'll have to go to get to the castle. They do seem
all right.
very attentive, like, for being undead.
Well, that's why we need to use the attack as cover, because hopefully they'll be worried about all that.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think we can just be walking around.
That's fair. All right. Let me squeeze past you. Johanna squeezes past you and like looks around and makes note of where you all are in relation to where she thought like Belmare of her youth. It's like, all right. I think depending on what they're using it for, there was sort of a storage thing with a basement not far from here that isn't used for much. It was dilapidated when I was a kid, but I don't think they were going to tear it down.
Should like one or two of us go first?
Probably should scout it to see.
Okay. I am.
Yeah,
willing
you
to
and
go.
the rat should probably go.
You and the rat.
Well, we don't know where it is, though.
Rat, that's a problem. I can sneak really
Oh,
well too.
okay.
Yes, let's do it.
Take pocket rat.
All right. Everybody, stay quiet. We'll be back in hopefully 5 minutes.
And if not?
I don't know. All right.
Not helpful.
No, I'm.
We have the rings.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
we're not back in 15 minutes, you sending.
Yeah, 15 minutes would be really bad.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. As you hop out onto the street, Johanna sort of starts leading you. We should make stealth checks. Woo!
Okay.
That's a
Got
natural
the
one.
stealth
Plus
rat.
10.
Still a natural one.
Wait, I don't think.
That is a
Not
big
you, Win.
number.
Not you. Win,
It's
Win.
a 3. It's the, well,
Win, you're just staying underground though, so you're not coming with
Okay.
them, so you didn't have to.
33. It felt good, though.
25.
25. Lilia or Johanna
19.
trips on a box at one point with a natural one, but you,
Yeah.
Char, you like dive and catch it.
Yeah.
Put it back. It's like, oh shit. All right. And then, even with she doesn't have the rogue thing, but it makes sense that you're there and you catch the box. That she
Yeah.
still rolls a 25 with a natural one. So you know, plus 14, plus 10. So despite that blunder, you make your way.
Oh, do
Oh, we still have
through the city.
Yeah, that's why you have the pocket
That's why
rat.
you
And
have
I'm
the
at
pocket.
43.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Go, Char.
You're not
Like
forgetting
usual,
about
she
that.
just
You're in
because I'm
another
already
room.
in the
You're carrying the pass without a trace rat.
I forgot.
You continue, and you make your way to the sort of along the. You're actually heading back north. Because you headed south through the pipe, you came up, now you're headed sort of back north. What Johanna sort of leads you to is right in the corner of the city, like right there, is sort of a warehousey area. And one warehouse that she leads you to is not, it's like an older version. Like this wasn't warehouse, this was a warehouse before real industry. This is just sort of a barn.
Yeah.
And it's sort of run down and whatnot. You see that there are various sort of zombies sort of standing around it, much like in like an actual zombie movie or whatever. They're just sort of there because they don't have anything that they're actively trying to kill. So they're just sort of standing and wandering. And Johanna's like, all right, zombies are pretty easy to take care of, but we should really see what's inside the place. The rat is
Lucina
pointing at
is
itself.
pointing at myself.
I don't know what that means, unfortunately. Oh, see inside.
You say she could go in and see
Yeah,
what's
that's fair.
inside.
Let's wrap around the back and see them. So you sort of sneak around, dodging a couple of zombies who don't really notice you. And there's holes and whatnot in this wall. So, all right, rat, do your thing.
I scurry on in.
You head in.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's making fan noises.
My.
You head inside. Make a perception check.
Oh, okay, I got it. Oh, I use my own stats
ratty
for
perception check.
No, I use my own stats because Druid.
Druid.
Yo. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm going to use this die. Balls! That's a 3, 4, and 8.
Yes.
I'm looking.
You
It
look
sure is
around.
dark in
It's dark.
God damn it.
Can't see. It's dark. You look around. You see some old, dusty boxes. You think you hear some movement, but it sounds like sort of rats, other rats moving. It's just skittering. You see over in the corner, barely, there seems to be a sort of handle on the ground. Possibly a trapdoor of some sort. But you don't see any beings in here.
I'll just do like a scurrying loop around the perimeter.
Okay. You head around.
Oh, fuck.
You head around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And you find there are various boxes. There's lots of dust in here. They don't seem to be using this place
Okay.
for anything. You don't see anything. And you do find a trapdoor down to a basement, probably.
I will then try to go back through the hole.
Okay. You head back to the home. Johanna's like, all right.
I give a ratty thumbs up.
All right. Rats don't have thumbs.
I give a nod. I give a, like, good.
All right. I think we're good. Should we go back and get them, do you think? Jar?
Yes.
All right. You sneak back. Same stealth checks. It's fine. Back to the thing. Johanna opens the manhole. Says, all right, everyone, we're good to go. Looks like it's as dilapidated as it should be. Let's head.
Zombies do zombie.
All right. One more stealth check for everybody.
Pass without trace.
For the reminder,
Just in case.
35.
19.
29.
25.
28.
And you're back.
And you're
And you're back.
And I'm being carried. So it doesn't matter.
As well as ever. Nathaniel gets the hang of walking. And you sneak your way past some zombies. In fact, I'm imagining that like Johanna will, or one of you every once in a while will just like and take care of it and move
I
on
would
because they're
definitely
zombies.
have like turn undead just ready.
Yeah. But you can like stealth take out some zombies. They're
probably
got like
win.
10 hit points and stuff.
Win
So
and
you
Char.
you stealth take out some zombies as you move, and you get through the streets because some of them have wandered into the path that Johanna and you took. And you get around to the back side of this sort of barn, and you find a section to like sort of slightly tear off the wood a bit and get through because you don't want to go in the front door.
I mean, I was thinking if there was going to be a stone part of it, I was going to become Lucina again and use stone shape. But
It's a wooden.
okay, never mind.
That sounds
Never mind.
loud.
Stone shape actually isn't loud. I don't think.
I don't think so, but so it's a wooden building. And you all head inside. All right. So I think that, and as she says this, you hear
Fuck.
a box like fall over in the corner,
Can I see what's going on?
and you sort of all look
Everybody
into
looks.
that direction, and you just see the box like come to a resting on the ground in a pile of boxes. A box fell. What do you suppose that was?
Well,
Are there any
I would like
rafters?
to cast Eyes of the Grave.
Eyes of the Grave. You cast Eyes of the Grave. All of the undead presence is outside of this building.
Okay. Well, it's not undead.
Wait, sorry. So we can't. All we see was the box moving and something behind
it's
the
dark
box.
and yeah. So something behind the box knocked the box over, is what you said.
Okay, so even like with dark vision, we can't like. Make
You see the boxes.
Okay, wait.
fly to,
Then
like,
I'll
a
cast
higher-
Divine Sense. So that tells me if it's also
Gotcha.
celestial or fiend.
So does
I thought that was just undead.
No, Eyes of the... Yeah, Eyes of the Grave just doesn't.
just undead. So it's not celestial or fiend.
Great.
Um,
Now we've
bat- the bat
as a zombie,
Batnala
without
flies up.
talking, I will shamble my way over there.
okay, you shamble your way over there, and as you get over, you hear with like your passive, you're just hearing really.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not good.
does it?
Feared to
Yeah,
breathe.
I was about. It sounds scared.
Yeah, because you look like a zombie.
Great.
Hopefully.
So,
Hopefully.
Still does, yeah.
hold on.
I'm
Great.
still-
So
I guess
as a zombie, I'm not.
concentrating. It's
I'm not gonna.
message.
I'm not gonna move any closer, and I'm going to cast message. And I'm gonna say, I know I look like this. I'm not a zombie, and I'm not gonna hurt you. I know I look like that. I promise you. I'm here to help.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 30.
Oh, well then.
So soft.
This person is
So
suddenly
nice.
totally okay with everything.
Messages you back because it's nonverbal. Who are you? And you hear a young, sort of genderless voice, but it's young. It's like probably a teenager.
Yeah. My name is Lilia. And we've come to help your city.
My city can't be helped anymore.
Yes, it can. That's why we're here.
Are all of you not zombies?
Yes. This one's not a bat either. We're looking for a safe place where we can stay here for a couple of days.
This person sort of pokes their head out, and you see a androgynous teenager of some sort. Sort of medium length brown hair, dirty, tired, hungry.
Do you? I know. I still look like a zombie.
Yeah, you do.
I promise I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to like take my zombified hand close to their hair and just press to digitize it. Does that feel a little better?
I mean, yeah, but I shouldn't have touched it with my hand. So your group here to help, looking for
Yeah.
a safe space.
What's your name?
My name's Julian.
Julian.
Julian?
Yeah.
How long have you been hiding here?
soon as I write my note, I'll, it says, since they took over, I scrounge for what I can.
So you've been here for a while.
Yeah, it's not really safe to be up. I came up here because, well, I was searching for food. And then some people... Well, I thought I heard something skidding around, and then you all came in.
I will untransform from a rat, which no one can really tell because wonderful again seeming with Lucina.
Oh shit! Another zombie.
Yeah.
Still, okay.
I'm sorry, but here I'll take out. And I did prepare it today, and I did cast it earlier this morning. I didn't say, but it's in there.
Fair.
I did prepare good berry. Here, eat this.
Okay, a pellet from a zombie.
It's a berry.
A berry from a zombie.
It is really. It's a berry. It'll feel good.
It'll fill you up, and also give you 1 hit point.
Yay.
Let's go into the basement. It's a little safer there.
That's a great idea.
And they lead you over to the trapdoor. Lead you down.
Sweet.
And as you head down into the basement, we'll end our session there.
We all untransfer. He's like, wow, you guys are all hot.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Wow, I have a lot of confusing thoughts inside of my young brain.
Oh my gosh.
This better not
Gonna be
awaken
writing
anything
some
in me.
Tina Belcher fucking fan fiction after this.
That was such
Yes.
a good session.
With zombies
Honestly,
and
I'm
everything.
here for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
met these hot zombies. Don't ask any questions I don't know.
Well, thank you all for listening. That was
Happy
fun.
100th session.
Happy 100th session. Hooray. Well, 100th episode.
Yeehaw. 100th
110th
recorded
session,
episode.
yeah.
Yes.
But 100th episode.
Yeehaw.
Have a good one.
Bye.
We'll see you later.